matter.
For some reason, Coors does taste a little bit better, but it still tastes like ass.
There you go.
But all light beer is ass anyway, so it's fine.
We're 10 seconds in, boys. Have we dropped any frames?
Yeah. All right. Hi. Welcome to Dunderheads. Obviously, we're a little late and the dollar short because we're experiencing a lot of internet issues. Wave, please. Do better. Wave.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yes. We're only on episode 2 and already getting our asses kicked. Yes.
They don't want us to succeed.
Typical Wave, but we will anyways.
The man is holding us down.
It's true. All right. Hi. We're a bunch of idiots that play D&D, and we're gonna try and make you smile this time.
No, they definitely smiled last time. There was some fun shit. It was very depressing, though.
Depressing. There's only a terrorist attack.
And a robot man who was cut in half.
He's fine. His legs will work.
He was Robot Man.
Okay.
The Warforges feel pain.
Only 8
Yes.
people died.
100% yes.
Oh. Only 8
Before we
people
start-
died.
Before we start.
Wait, where's the bottle of tequila?
Hilarious, by the way. Yeah, where is the Nat 1
I'll grab
goblet?
I'll grab it. That one goblet? I got it. Sorry. I forgot to set it up and amidst all the other things that we were
I think all of us should have
put
been
the fires out
all of us should have been taking from the Nat 1 goblet during that
the entire
debacle.
time.
Oh, the tequila. Oh.
Oh, it's a
And
double
you have to
and
take it like a
fancy.
blowjob.
I'm not drinking it unless I roll it out one.
Okay.
All right.
Stream predictions had multiple
Pre-game.
outcomes so that people could vote for who they thought would get the first Nat 1.
Okay. I'm gonna try the gold ones today.
Ooh, I ain't rolling too. I'm gonna see how this goes so I can try the same dice. Nice. I'm gonna use the same one.
All right. So
Wait, no.
Just don't. You sometimes you need some
guys ready
big
for this?
metal dice.
You know, the metal one threw me off because when I grabbed the regular weighted one, I thought I got so much stronger that this did not happen.
there's a one in there somewhere.
It was weird experience.
Like this feels weightless.
That's why I was picking it up and staring at it. I'm like, is Jeremy's dice different? This feels like this actually weighs nothing.
I
Just
just rolled
wrong.
100 d20s on
These
D&D
dice
Beyond.
is flawed.
How'd it go?
My screen was full.
It was literally just a million black dice, and I found the Nat 1 like instantly.
There was a dice that couldn't
953.
land because the rest of the
Happening?
yeah,
Oh
it
man.
wouldn't sit.
I like how
Alright.
they made their dice roller have physics. Like,
All right. So, last time you guys were trying to attend a festival, and things got a little derailed when a train
Derailed.
rolled off the track.
He's been saving that one. That's
Oh.
in his notes.
All right.
Start stream with derailed joke. Maybe. As it jumped off the tracks after getting hit by a few fireballs, crashed in front of you. A Azorius Law Mage popped out and started joining the firefight, and you guys hopped in, killed one attacker. Morgan took over another, and you guys ran the third one off using the one that she had dominated. But more importantly was the combined efforts of everybody saving the people in the train, minimizing casualties. You guys did a fantastic job.
goats.
Andrew was like, I just wanted to kill you.
Let's
all.
just appreciate that David had the intuition to not switch his sorcery abilities.
Yep. True. He saw into
Because
the
we all
future.
told him to do that, and he decided not to.
No, I want ice magic, bitch.
So, afterwards, you guys talked with Morgan for a little bit. She offered to buy you a drink. You guys split the party, essentially, leaving two of you that are a little bit better at talking, a little less conspicuous with the current government administration, as heads of multiple guilds showed up and talked with you all.
You mean like literally the entire fucking Senate, bro? What are you talking about?
I am the
Judge Asperia, the Sphinx that talked to you guys, is literally the head of the government.
Yeah, and her entire Senate.
So anyway, you
And
see Ruth Bader
Rakdos.
Ginsburg walk in.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
She's dead.
The Rakdos walking around with the
this
government
universe
council is like
attack has left
technically
me
correct, but still
scarred
very
and
confusing.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited.
The first
Yes, the
empire.
god of torture porn and murder clowns conducting governmental affairs.
I was just hanging out by government affairs.
I have 3 Rakdoses in my Minotaur's deck.
Weird flex. So you guys went back to the bar after a little bit of chatting. Morgan basically offered you the opportunity to take part in the Guild Pact Games, Guild Pact license, which will allow you to take jobs and quests amongst all of the guilds in Guilds Row. You guys tentatively agreed. She said that you should all talk it over. She left her owl Winston, so you guys can attach notes to it. And we picked back up with you guys in the back room with Thack in the workshop, wailing away on a animatronic dummy.
Playing Bloody Knuckles with a robot.
Looks like Chuck E.
I wonder who
Cheese.
will win.
Me.
Yeah, true. Robots can't bleed, therefore I win.
Exactly.
What would you all like to do?
So is it still nighttime?
It is.
Ask to get notifications.
Do we know
Okay.
when we have
So
to
it's going crazy.
appear for the guild pack?
I don't
thing?
usually have it.
Morgan had mentioned
Give
that
me
she
a
wasn't
notification
sure
every one.
when or if they were going to be holding it, because that was supposed to be today,
Yeah.
but then terrorism happened.
The terror happened.
And that she had left Winston so you guys can send her messages, and if you see Winston disappear magically, that means it's with her, and a message will most likely be incoming for you shortly.
Oh, so like the Winston can teleport.
Yeah, Winston is her familiar.
So we got
Oh.
more magical birds.
I
Wonderful.
mean, can we send a message with Winston, just like asking, like, hey, I think we've like, because we told her that we want to participate, but can we send like a message like, okay, like we need to know when.
she doesn't
I
know
think
when.
we would know when.
Well,
And she's going to send us a message.
So she, yeah, she's gonna.
So we're just kind of vibing.
what do we see in the newspaper?
Well, it's still the same day. So I have to
town
wait until the
crier.
next day.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we okay,
What if it's like
right.
Hogwarts?
So we're back at the night before,
Mhm.
or the same night.
Night
Same
off.
night, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess we should. Is there anything we want to talk about, like what happened or like how we should proceed?
Well, I kind of want to know who all like showed up when we like fucked out of there.
You can come. Like
Oh.
I'm just chilling until I'm needed. So if you want to come grab me and
oh yeah, did we ever discuss?
bring me back
We'll
in the
probably all be.
conversation.
Well, probably be. We'll be eating dinner. And
Okay. So like,
how's that sound?
so everybody that came back, it was me, Bobo, and
Me.
No,
No, you get who?
we went back. I got
All
one
of
in the
you
back
came
room.
back.
Yeah.
we stayed
The
behind.
two of
Oh,
us.
okay, so
stayed
me,
behind.
Bobo, and
The two of us stayed.
Lolax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so me, Bobo, and Lolax were chilling. I got thrown into the back room because Uncle
Von Veer.
Von Veer
Uncle
was
V.
not very happy with what happened.
Yep. Uncle V
Um,
was like, "Oh,
so
you
is
guys
Uncle Von Veer
probably
with
hide."
us right now?
Yeah, he cleared out the entire bar. He closed early for the holiday. You know, as bars do.
Yeah, lovely. Private event tonight.
And he is kind of just leaning and staring pretty intently at Sayil, but letting you guys have the floor.
So, the city council essentially was there. Rakdos, the Sphinx, the head of the Boros Legion.
Should we be concerned?
I don't think so. I know that our friend here, Thack, had a conversation with one of the Boros Legion, who I don't believe he got along with too well. But otherwise, they don't appear to be too concerned about us. They were just thankful. And
Do you know why they didn't get along
So-
well?
I'll just for flavor.
Diff-
I'll walk back into the room.
different
like,
Boros factions.
bandaged up knuckles, little
A little bit
I'm
tipsy.
little alcohol on my breath, and
Yeah.
just kind of
I just
sit down and just go like,
Oh,
Who's numbnuts that you were not a fan of earlier?
that would be Eldeconan, the
Eldecone.
head of the Boros Legion.
No, I meant the one who walked back with
Oh,
us.
I don't hate him.
Okay.
No, he's the one that was like, if there's anybody out of that group I'm gonna talk to, he's the one I want to talk to because he was part of the group that trained me.
Okay.
Roll me a history check.
That looks like a single digit.
That's a 14, my guy.
Oh, never mind.
I don't think I have anything in history, but let me double check. That's a 13.
13. All right.
Smart. Smart.
It was literally a 10. You only need to roll a 10. What you remember of him is that he's Nordal, and yes, he used to work at Sunhome and help training new recruits and stuff like that, but he was very much a brown noser. He wanted to get higher in the ranks,
His
and
name was Maxis, right? Oh,
Nordal.
Nordal. Okay, yeah, I thought you said he was a Nordal. I don't know why.
No.
Okay, that was part of the name I screwed up. Anyways.
And that's... You know that Aurelia would have never promoted him, but since then he has been promoted to one of the captains.
Yeah.
So, do with that what you will. I just wanted to
Yeah.
fill you in.
I mean, I'll just look at everybody and just kind of sigh a little bit and say, "Ask what you will."
What? Well, I'm just asking why you got beef with the guy, but it sounds like there's a whole backstory there, so maybe we should just
There's
talk
quite a-
about
there's
what we
quite
need
a
to
bit.
do now that
Um,
apparently the entire city council might want to talk to us.
He shouldn't come after me, but I should definitely go talk to Norl at some point. Elder Conan should not think of me as any kind of a threat, but he definitely didn't enjoy seeing me.
Do you guys know who these names are?
The head of the Boros Legion.
I get that. You've been saying the head of this, the head of that. I really just got here.
You know how long I've been in the forest, man?
I
So
was
the
there
head
with
of the
you, man.
military.
Bro, it was like these people. They sound scary.
So-
I don't want anything to do with
I'll
it.
break it down. I was a member of the Boros Legion, who is the military in this area of the world.
Cool.
There was some dispute of a new leader taking over, and then the group split. I'm part of the group that's split.
Is your group winning or losing?
Don't ask that question. It's a sensitive subject.
Quite. We have the biggest flying ship.
Oh,
That's
big
good.
flying ship.
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Uncle V will kind of lean forward. There's not been open conflict yet between the two. There was at the beginning. There was a lot of infighting, but currently most members of the Schism Force, or whatever they are calling themselves,
Fucking Uncle B's savage.
do not reside in guilds around. They reside on the Perihelion, which is a very large skyship, based technically outside of city-state limits.
We don't get in each other's way as of the moment. It's about all I can say.
Okay, so people who don't like you are gonna come talk to you.
The last time I was in the city was before I split.
Okay, but are we gonna be safe if you talk to this guy, or should we get the fuck out of here?
I think it would be smart that I talk to him. He's not going to do anything against me.
They don't know he's split necessarily,
Yes.
but he doesn't.
Okay.
They're suspicious of me splitting.
So I shouldn't go down to the next tavern and be like, my friend Thak is...
I'd be very
Okay,
yeah.
I just want to be on the same page,
Don't talk about me being. Actually, just don't talk about me
What's
to
the name of the
any-
splinter
to
faction
anybody.
again?
The Splinter faction.
The schism.
The Schism.
Schism.
How fitting.
They're called the Schism.
I got kicked out of
They
the
don't really
Boros
have their
Legion,
own.
and I'm fine.
Okay.
That's
That's kind of like. Yeah, like this.
Do you
My
have
friend Thak from the Schism faction.
a cool
Stated like
nickname
that.
that's shorthand for the schism?
The
Like,
Skiz,
The
bro.
skizzies or
The Skiz, bro.
No,
I'm from the Skiz.
just schism.
just schism? Okay.
Scasm.
That's a mistake. You should have thought
You
of
could. I mean, I guess you could call it BS, Boros schism, if you really need
You
something.
know what? I like it. We're rolling with that.
Perfect.
Got it.
BS.
Sounds.
Uncle V is just going to hand you a tankard.
And I'm just
You
gonna.
need to not talk so much.
So
It's been a long day, V.
I'm sure.
Sorry.
I need.
don't do that. Bad. Don't give the DM our dice.
Anti-inspiration. I feel like we lost.
It's like the
that.
boss plays a really shitty song and all of your team is fucked.
I just start burying my face in the tankard he gave me. Just shutting up.
So wait, I'm gonna like. There's like a lot of tension with this. Like, are these like really important people or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're like.
So what's a Sphinx and what does it do?
So the Sphinx is like. It's a gigantic winged. I think it's a lion body with the face of a person.
That is older folklore.
What did
It's
it look
very,
like? The one that I saw.
I got it. Hold on.
I don't play white blue.
I got
He was
it.
drunk. He was drunk.
No, it's very close. Just it also has a somewhat cat-like face.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
It's basically a giant lion with wings
It can
that
cast
can
spells.
read your mind.
Yes, cast spells and read your mind, and will fuck you the hell up.
Thank God I wasn't there.
They
Yeah.
generally,
Oh boy.
she does not. She deals a lot with larger case things. I doubt that, even with what you have going on, that you'd probably be on her radar.
You can never lie to it. Ever.
That's why it's in charge of the legal system.
I just showed up. I don't want to be on any radar.
That's why you guys left.
That's why we
Thank you.
spoke to them.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But
But Uncle V,
yeah.
not very nice to me.
You're a bit of an idiot.
I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Hush.
What?
Hush, hush.
What? What?
Please.
What?
Cease.
Why are you all calling my name? Okay, stop for a second. Stop. What? What? What?
Sons!
Yes, that I understand.
This is great. He understands onomatopoeias. Hush.
Onomatopoeia, what's that?
The whole thing down.
Uncle V is just like.
All right. So Morgan
Me and
wanted
V
us,
are on the same.
Morgan wanted us to do like the guild pack games, right?
Yep.
So,
Can we still do that, or do we? Okay.
so what is the guild pack? Because I came here
So-
to investigate the Selesnya.
We
they
helped
aren't
the head of the police force fight off terrorists. The city council showed up and said thank you. So they're not
Oh.
coming for us.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was contacting safe houses.
Sorry, V. You do not need to leave
Oh.
town.
Oh.
It's hard to say
You
if
wouldn't leave
Elder
town.
100% recognize
You'd have-
me, but
Us leave town, right? Why would you leave?
You're my nephew.
Yeah, but like we would hide.
this
So
was
he's saying that he would contact safe houses for us.
Yeah, that's what I was.
this
thinking.
was a good thing, V. But there are implications.
Wait. So are we heroes?
Sockington.
Technically, yes.
Okay. I mean, what can we get with that?
What we already got,
Oh.
She's
which
paying
was
for
a
it.
sponsor,
We don't have to pay to do the guild games, and that would have been like 200 gold a person.
which is why we all came here.
Gotcha. But we can make more money if we do the guild game.
Yes.
Yes, lots more.
So she made it so we
I
don't
like
have
that.
to spend money, and the city council likes us, and we're gonna get more money if we do this.
So we're like on a hero scholarship.
Sure.
Are we
Yeah.
joining? Are we
a
joining UA
mercenary
right now?
scholarship.
My quirk is I don't.
You ever
shut
heard
up.
of the Hunger Games?
You know how hard it was for me to write tests that didn't just directly rip off UA?
Bro, UA is bro. Are we gonna go fight robots and I'm gonna break all my limbs? Let's go.
Let's go fight the lore master wizard. You can just
We're gonna
change
go.
what save
We're gonna
you're
go
making.
training, and then the demon is going to pop up in our training exercise. Wow, Andrew, how original.
Do you know why the lore master wizard was too broken? Oh, that wisdom save you need to make? It's actually a charisma save. Have fun. They could do that.
What do we need to get like ready for these games? Like, I'm assuming if we're on a scholarship, we have homework. Right.
No.
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 We just have to be like.
So all the
What
things
kind
we
of
just
adapt?
all the things we just did kind of qualifies us
We're basically gonna sleep for the night, and then we might get a letter, and if not, we'll pick a job off a notice board to go do. And
Okay, I've just
make some
spent
money on
the last
side.
like 5 years of my life filling out paperwork for court systems, and you're telling me that all we have to do is wait for a letter and show up?
Yes. That's
You've never
why
been on the
you
other end of this, have you?
Okay. The person, Morgan, is Morgan Lemon. She's a head investigator of, like, she is saying she will do the paperwork for you.
Okay,
She is taking care of things on
there's
her
law
side.
here. We're good.
You're okay.
I understand it's weird to be on the other end of the stick.
Maybe we need to have you interfacing with the Boro or with the Azorius. I feel like you would just you'd click. Like
I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know.
it is.
I'll ask V
What
if
a
he's
play to your
witnessed-
strengths.
If he's witnessed these games before, and anything we should specifically.
You would have witnessed this
Yes.
before. You would have witnessed this before. A lot of the times, the guilds basically, I'll just say it in character. For those that are new to town, the guilds will essentially get together and create tests that they believe are important to their ideals. You do not need to make every guild happy. You just need to make the majority of them happy.
Hildegard.
So, there will be most likely tests of strength for the Boros and Gruul. There will be tests of logic for the Azorius, the Azet, and the Simic. And there will be tests of ethics, which will probably also be from the Boros, Azorius, and
maybe.
Selesnya.
I'm a very
Uncle V,
law-abiding
I don't feel
person.
like I fit under any of these.
You don't have to fit under any of them. You just need to do good enough that they wouldn't mind giving you work.
Why don't the sketchy guild packs get a say in the tests?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, so we
Oh.
we could make friends with sketchy people, but I don't want to
The-
do that. So
The Orzhov will most likely be part of the law.
hey, me and Bobo, we're gonna change your mind, Relax.
The Golgari will most likely have to deal with ethics and nature of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But they never pair up the same way each year.
Did the Demir even show up?
No.
Okay.
It is rumored that they will give you their own test. But nobody ever confirms or denies this.
So shouting their name into the crowd is a
Hey, DM.
bad idea.
Yes.
I just want to let it be known
Okay.
that I made a friend.
Oh, you found my familiar.
Okay, good.
I want
Keep not biting me.
I want to snuggle with Sockington. That's fucking
I just picked
unfair.
You just pick him up when he's not mad. It's easy.
When is he not mad?
Yeah.
He's a pretty chill
No,
cat, man.
we're no board right now. Also, hey,
The old me.
if there's any audio issues, if like we're peaking or if there's any like weird clipping or anything, let us know because we were having a little bit of issues earlier. So
What time in the night is this right now? Like how late is it?
it's about 7:44 p.m.
It is actually pretty much that time in game as well. It's
hilarious.
later evening.
It all comes together.
I kind of put my foot forth to say I need to turn in. I should go talk to some people before we go.
Oh,
You're going to bed
Where's
right now.
Where's it? Not
8.
Fabian. It's
It's a holiday.
Bastion. Where's Bastion?
There was a terrorist attack.
He's
Oh, a
out.
holiday.
I would say he's.
He got
out in the
hit a lot.
Main lobby.
He's still
He's in the
probably
common room
bleeding.
yeah.
He's
So we
chilling
go to
with
spa. It's fun.
your frog and Winston the owl, and kind of like his upbeat attitude is definitely a bit more somber now, but he's kind of coming back. He's having like a fun time petting the owl,
Yeah.
and kind of like lifting the frog up to the owl on the rafters.
I'm just surprised that the owl hasn't eaten the frog. That's funny.
His name is Toteron.
I thought you were gonna say Todoroki for a second.
Remember, the owl didn't want to eat in the first place, so
We should send Morgan a letter.
we can wait.
Well, we can do that tomorrow too. I mean,
What
it's been a
can we
long
tell her now that she doesn't already know?
I think we should send a tic-tac-toe game, and just like make sure it works.
The owl
I think
sighs.
Morgan might be a little bit upset. I don't know Morgan very well,
She
but
kind of needs to go check on her child first. I think she's got her hands full.
I
The
still have
child
home with
glove
dinner.
games, right?
I
You would know.
Yeah.
You have a kid.
yes,
Where is your kid, by the way?
out there.
What?
Seems legit.
clap. No, actually, it's the opposite. It's illegitimate.
He's in the common. He's in the common room with the frog.
Oh, okay.
He has a comfort frog.
He has a comfort frog.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're going to bed.
I would like to very much. So would he.
It's a little bit
I feel
early.
like the difference between us sending a message tomorrow after we rest and the sending a message now is like negligible.
I just don't think there'd be like anything she'd respond with now.
We should let her rest too. She also went through the same ordeal as us. Right?
I mean, if we're all going to bed, then you're basically forcing me to read a book. But I guess I can read for another 3 hours before.
I was gonna stay up.
You're gonna stay up?
My head needs
gonna hang
to
out?
be I've
It's been a while.
had my fill. My head needs
Books?
to be.
Been a while.
I'm very close to my tipping point, and my
Let's
head
talk about
needs
that
to be
facial.
clear.
Do you want to sleep here?
Please,
I kicked most people out, so 3 rooms.
please.
And take it as a thank you for what you did.
I would like to not go back out on the street tonight. So thank you.
Fair
You have to sleep outside.
Make Bastion sleep outside.
No, Bastion's inside. You're outside, bro. Fuck off.
Yeah, no way.
Child, we do not like you.
Uncle V.
People who've murdered before aren't allowed to sleep in here, so outbash.
Technically, you got the kills.
Bastion is a war criminal.
Or a hero.
It all depends. on-
Potato,
You're
right? Yeah, what country are you from?
Well, at the very least, can you all get the fuck out of my back room?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Is it cool? if
You
we hang-
stay.
I was, I was about to be like,
Wait, did Uncle V give me a drink when we were in there? Was I just in there with my loot in my lonesome?
He gave everybody a drink but you.
Get you a drink. Come on.
Uncle V,
No, don't do this. Come on.
Can I have
Come on,
a drink,
Hutch,
please?
Come on.
I'm gonna be up for a little bit.
There are bottles out there.
Come on.
Can you point me to them?
I'm just gonna like grab him and
He
like get him
points
out
at
of
the
the room.
door.
Like,
Out there.
behind the bar. Don't do like the most
The
expensive.
water hose.
So
I drink
far,
cheap.
you're my favorite.
Bobo's genuinely delighted. I'll just pat him.
So
Okay.
turning in, I'm guessing.
well, so
You-
I want to hang out with
Oh, I'm-
Lolax and Sail.
Well,
I gotta
Saeed's
talk
got
to
to talk
Uncle
to
V.
him, so we're
Oh,
gonna exit scene left and get you a beer while they talk.
Yeah, I'm taking
Perfect.
Bastion to a place where he can sleep.
Yep. He doesn't question. He just goes up.
Everything all right?
What the fuck?
I didn't. Look, I didn't wake up today and choose violence.
Colby.
It got asked of me,
It's Colby's
when we
character
left,
talking to Colby's
and I
character.
said yes.
No, don't get me wrong. Very proud. He did a great job.
Is it with the people that I brought? Is that the issue?
They're fine for the most part. Really like Bastion. Great kid. Very sad for him now.
Mm-hmm.
That being
He's
said,
likable then.
that being said, I know that you are trying to minimize the gravity of the situation, but it's guild pact. You've been with a few bands before. Is this? Do you really want to go down this route this time?
I learned a few new tricks. Made me a bit more able to handle this kind of thing, and I think I got a group that can handle it with me.
For me. Oh, hold on there,
can we
Chief.
be like listening through the door?
Hold on there.
Look, I am the utility charisma caster. I know what my job is. It's to help you handle
The
things
bard
for
thing.
me.
Yeah, great team. They can do everything for me. I mean, with me.
What did I say?
The reason I ask is, you came down here to venture for very particular reasons. Your father did not disclose. I'm not asking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that goes with this?
I think this is the next step to let me range farther afield where I couldn't before.
Okay.
This being able to do this with these people will, I think it would be overall safer if I'm going to keep doing and traveling the way I have been. I've kind of exhausted the safer options.
Okay. Well, I don't know how much Morgan is planning on giving you.
We're sponsored for the Guild Pact.
Correct. I meant outside of that. Normally, she said that she would sponsor you, which is a little different than just the Guild Pact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what her resources are, but I do know that I can assist with some things. So, if you'd like, if it's within my power, I will do what I can to help.
Thank you. I think right now, getting everybody kitted out well enough that they'll all survive to, I don't know, keep each other safe.
Sneeze in back room. Everybody
Okay,
pauses.
okay. Turned it off, but we wanted to pause for it so that way it could be picked up quietly on all the other mics.
Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Didn't
But,
take allergy stuff.
But I think the next order of business is just getting everybody kitted out and ready for the next couple of ordeals. I don't know. The guild games are always fun to watch, but it might be better for observation than participation.
That's part of the reason I'm asking you. They've been known to be quite simple.
Mm-hmm. They got healers.
Right, if you
Yeah,
can
but-
get off the field.
Yeah. We got a healer.
What?
Uh,
We're not even...
I have a healing spell.
You have lay on hands.
That's a healer, right?
That's 15
Well,
points. Let's call it.
One is all you need.
Get me a wish list from your friend. I will do what I can.
Okay. Any like robes of the Archmagi you got laying around, or
Robes of what?
the robes of the Magi, like, you know, the ones that like make you fly and invincible. Yeah.
No.
That would be cool.
I meant I would make like nice swords and maybe help with armor.
Hey. Yeah, my guy.
Or
Can we all have matching cod pieces?
alright, I have not had nearly enough alcohol for this conversation.
That'd be so cute.
You're-
We're gonna make a guild. We gotta have cute matching stuff.
Alright. You get out.
So you can be in the back room by yourself?
Yes, I need to make something.
Okay.
There are no customers out there.
That's true, isn't it? Alright. I'm gonna go make ice cream.
Make ice
Make
cream?
I'm not gonna
I
have
have
ice cream.
magic. You just need to make things cold, and you can make ice
How does
cream.
it feel to be lectured by your own character?
Lolax would be a pro at that, bro. We saw it earlier.
Alright. So while they're having their conversation, you guys
I don't know
stepped
what
off to the
say.
side.
Yeah, I grabbed him like a bottle and just kind of like threw it over to him, and then I was like thinking about finding a straw, and then I'm like, I don't think there's gonna be a straw here.
I grabbed the oldest looking bottle that I could because I'm kind of intimidated by Uncle V, and he's like, yeah, and then Sahil said, just grab the cheap shit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna grab the old bottle, and I'm like,
Grabs an already opened one, someone left on the table.
It's old. That means it's the most well-aged scotch in the bar.
Yeah,
It's just
please
soda.
don't roll.
It's just soda water.
Please don't roll. I don't like
Hold
that.
on. It's 189 years old.
Am I dead? Do I just need to make a new character?
Continue on.
It might be.
But then I'm gonna like sit down and I'm gonna like play my lute and like just idly chatting, like very quietly, like just like very like the tips of my feathers, almost like a lo-fi track in the background in another room kind of shit, right? And I'm gonna just be idly chatting with Lilac. I'm like,
So you're gonna tell me about the face stuff? Cause like you got a crow now, so that's pretty neat. And I saw like them chasing things.
oh yeah, I don't know, man.
What the hell happened like inside of the train anyway? Like I was kind of like preoccupied. I don't know what was like going on the like the other side.
I was just trying to push people to where it was more safe. I to be honest, I don't really know the logistics of it either. I just kind of sent them there, and then I just told them to help people out, push them up, get them up to the tracks where it wasn't blown up.
So can you like see through their eyes or something, or is it kind of like they talk to you?
I think it's more like it's sensory other than vision. Question mark? DM?
I've been playing a little loosey-goosey with these guys.
Okay, so
Um,
tell me, put it down. Put it down.
Putting it down, I will allow you to have one basically act as a find familiar at a time.
Okay.
And then the other times they are mage hand. Other times, other than that, they do whatever the combat abilities say they can do.
So you just did it for flavor. I can have one find familiar, and then I can use like the actual stuff like on an attack. I can send out my swarm. Kind
Whatever your normal stuff does, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I was really shaken up because I've been on a lot of stuff like missions and like convoy protection, but nothing like that before.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of paperwork in it. I don't generally have trains exploding all the time. Also, like the door ripping off, that was pretty fucking cool.
Yes.
Typical Bobo.
Yeah, like, is that just like I haven't seen that before? Besides, like I don't know when we were fucking with him when he was high, but
Yes, my hands are wrong.
wrong.
Yes, I'm a failed experiment.
How do you feel about that?
I feel powerful. It's hard to use. I accidentally killed somebody, and now the Boros Legion won't give me jobs.
I think he's okay. He seems fine.
Okay.
It's very honest.
So, so you killed somebody by accident, and now the Boros is like fucking with you, or like they just kicked you out?
They won't do. I was not supposed to kill him.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
I was just supposed to bring him in.
So it was like a wanted alive, not dead or alive.
No, they just said, "Don't do that," because he was bad.
I see. I don't really know, but I'm kind of confused.
I love
honestly,
this. This is great. This is the good way to play cake game.
I stopped playing for a second. I'm done playing. I'm like,
You hear the string go, "Blip."
what?
Yeah, they kicked me out because I killed somebody. Blip.
With this thumb.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've never killed anybody before. I fucked some people up, but I've never killed somebody. I don't really want to do that.
Sucks
Does it?
for you.
So you're just like completely fine. Like you woke up the next day and you're like, I'm gonna make a cup of what? I don't. Do you have coffee? What? I don't know how that works. Sorry, I don't know a lot of Kenkus.
We just, whatever, you know.
Water.
Water. Okay. So you just wake up and you're like, I have a glass of water in the
Make some
morning.
water.
Like everything's
Yeah,
normal.
I wake up. Yes.
Roll keeps sprinting. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
so disturbed. What am I?
Shit, bro.
What am I getting into? Yeah, I killed somebody. Wasn't
I'm
supposed
gonna
to.
look over and be like,
Yeah.
So how long ago was the experiment?
Mm. Andrew, how long would it have taken me to recover, like, from being initially injured?
Well, that's the thing. From being initially injured, you would have already had an accelerated recovery because of
Right.
what was happened.
So like Spider-Man 1.
So like,
shut the fuck up, bro. Fuck.
it would have been for like a normal person, you know, that kind of recovery, you should not have been able to make at all without like healing assistance, like a cleric or something like that.
Like I was probably like declared dead legally.
Right. Like, if any Joe Schmo walked by you, they would have been like, "Huh, that sucks."
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't even bother getting anybody.
It's like that.
Yes.
Where's that thing's face?
So probably like 5 months, 6 months.
At your accelerated rate, that's about right.
Okay. And I've been stopping crime ever since.
So 6 months and you're now like a superhero and it's like, so I know like you probably don't want to talk about it, but this is really fucking cool.
What are you?
Like,
Yes.
what can you do? Because like I saw the wing thing and you ripped that door open and it was fucking sick.
How many times could I use hybrid transformation? Wait,
It's
is it the
for a
same
short
day still?
rest.
Once per short rest? Has it been long enough?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just like stretch my arm across the table.
Fuck. That's sick. I'm just gonna like
And,
poke
like,
it.
The rest of my body would slowly go too, but I just am like just reach across and then everything's gonna start like I'm gonna get like more eyes growing like you can see under my mask and like my limbs are just gonna be like a little too long. My claws are gonna grow like way longer.
So I'm assuming if like this is all like physical stuff that's happening, you're probably like somebody who likes to be like in really close and like kicking ass, right?
Yes, I fight.
Okay.
Can I come out of the door now?
Yeah.
Oh? We all good? You look like you're in fighting style.
I was asking him like what was it? I was asking him what he could do, and he's showing me all the cool tricks he knows. Do you got any cool tricks?
Yes.
Pulls up here.
Any new tricks? Because I've seen some of them.
Pull out a stogie. And then I'll cast Fairy Fire. Be Fairy Fog.
This fog kind of billows out, and you can see like these weird, let's say almost like purple pinkish motes of light as they start to settle down in the fog itself. And once the fog dissipates, you see the objects that these motes of light have settled down on are now just glowing.
Everybody make
I'm
a
gonna-
dexterity save.
Legitimately.
17.
Try your
Yeah.
best, but you don't succeed. 22.
Nat 20.
Fine.
I mean, you did tell us about it beforehand, so
Wait, but you never cast Fairy Fire before. I did. So
Yeah, I could do the same thing.
That's
I saw you
bro.
do it. I was like, "Hey, we found the same shit. Let's go."
let's go, Bay Magic. Let's go.
Secret sauce.
But, yeah, I can shoot. You guys saw me shooting the Eldritch Blasts.
I'm sorry, I really wasn't watching. I was trying to like not have the train explode.
I was
shooting
hiding.
an empty bottle off the bottle.
There.
That's glowing.
Yep. It shatters into a million pieces, and you just hear from the back room, "Knock it off!"
Press the mutation to just start.
I'm gonna minor illusion. Mage hands clapping.
You guys are really fancy.
Well, you know, say,
I just pop a crow. I'm like, look what I can do. Have you guys seen my crows? They're really cool.
If I hadn't, can I mend that glass?
It'll take you a little bit of time, but yeah.
I'll You'll see me start picking pieces up and like. Lego the glass back
Wait,
together.
wait.
A million pieces
Wait,
is
wait.
a lot of pieces, by the way.
You need to put a ship in there first.
It's a mug.
You said
That'd be even
bottle.
cooler.
Okay.
You did say bottle.
It's something that should not by any logical. So like
Orc. No.
or like a brick.
Another bottle. Another bottle the opposite way.
It fixes it. It does not change its composition.
As I'm piecing them together, I'll put like another smaller bottle inside of the bottle. And put a piece around it.
I feel like Uncle V probably comes out and it's just like later the next morning, just
They were both
Will's
empty,
time.
So if you both do face stuff,
and I'm like, ta-da! It's back.
is that how you know
together.
each other?
Well, not really. We shared interest in it, but like,
I was looking for it and traveling through his neck of the woods, quite literally.
yeah, literally.
And we had a long conversation. It was quite nice to meet somebody else who was interested in it.
We shared some books, you know, went over some literature, and
That's not really the place that mine comes from as much.
I don't know where mine came from. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh boy.
I make noises.
I can confirm this. I remember watching him grow up. It was great. He made lots of noises.
What are you doing, Cat? Where is he?
so what time is it? About now, Andrew.
Uh,
Man, 8:08.
I'm assuming
Anyways,
there's
heart
probably
rates.
a bit more drinking and
Yeah.
eating and stuff in between. And you guys are getting closer to about 11 o'clock, midnight at this point in time.
Yeah.
Lobo and I like dominance together.
I've just been
Occasional cool thing.
I guess I was just like I was just kind of like practicing like tip of feathers like really quietly, but like very like ambiance, kind of like everybody's
Ambiance.
chilling.
I'll pull up my shirt.
Are we gonna jam?
We're like,
Are we gonna play some Tenacious D right now?
I'm gonna make some dancing lights to the beat.
Ooh. Fairy fire everything so it's just glowing. Yo.
Rave?
Thinking about a spell that I'm working on. We can talk again about
So I don't know. It's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna kind of be like, oh man, it was. I'm getting really tired. It sounds like we have a long journey or day.
What do we want to
ahead
do
of us.
like tomorrow morning though? Do we just
Like,
want to play it by ear, or do we want to?
Maybe
like-
contact Morgan first thing.
Well,
We
yeah.
Go from
we
there.
wait for Morgan to reach out to us, and we could job to do.
I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, there's probably. I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
especially after it.
Lord knows if we're gonna do the guild pack games. I don't know when they're gonna reschedule it for. Probably on like a weekend that's not this one.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
just thinking like if we could get a side job to get a little money for potions, if we actually go build pack games.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Are you there with us?
No.
No, you're asleep.
Oh yeah.
No,
you're
I'm asleep. I know.
I
That's
mean,
an agenda.
yeah. I mean, we could sleep on it and figure out what we want to do.
Doing that,
Mm-hmm. He went to bed early for a reason.
but
So I guess we'll part ways and
Gotta get up
make our way.
early.
So did each of us have a room? Did we each have a
Military
room, or
time,
did we
you know.
share rooms? Okay, cool. So I guess we'll
everybody
make our.
has to sleep in my room because we're having a sleepover. And I get to
Yeah.
see the movie.
Sayu, are you still awake?
Yeah.
I've known you since we were 11. I'm getting legitimate flashbacks.
Oh, you get the flashback of you guys fucking trying to wake me up with a fucking airsoft gun, you assholes.
We tried waking you up like
It
by
didn't work.
shaking and yelling at you before.
Didn't
Those
work.
did not work, so we shot you in the bottom of the foot.
It didn't work.
And it didn't work. He looked up, called us assholes, rolled over.
What a grand time middle school was. Oh, wait, wasn't Chris there?
Chris Johan, he was there.
Holy shit, bro. Think about
Anyways,
how much... Okay,
anyways,
anyway.
yeah.
we'll talk about this
Sidetrack.
after stream.
Zach would want to be waking up early to go see Nordal. That's why he went to sleep.
How early is early?
Probably like 5, 6 a.m.
All right, good enough.
Okay.
So,
That's why he is a dad, technically.
I get it. Anyways,
You have a job that
I
makes
told
you.
you today you have the soul.
that's why I said anyways. I stopped myself.
You know, if Andrew was like an Elden Ring or a Dark Souls boss, it would be like an old soul that drops.
Great old soul.
Great old soul.
Get
Alright, where'd you find
Hey,
that?
DM. Roll us a d20, bitch.
The Smith is just wondering where did you find that?
Don't call
Stick.
God a bitch.
Bitch.
You're fucked. The tides have turned, motherfucker.
Nah,
No. Wait. I changed my mind. No.
now the turns have tabled.
Antagonizing the Arbiter's reality.
Hey, that's
Alright.
just what I do.
Dormammu, I've come to negotiate.
So, you all go to bed. Respective rooms or slumber party, apparently.
Depends if it's offered or not.
Yes. I will make a pillow blanket for it.
Cool.
I'm sleeping in Sahil's room.
Yeah. I'm on the floor. I'm like,
I'm like leaned up against a wall, just like. "Ah."
I'm gonna be trying to use my wrong ligaments to make really cool shadow puppets.
Everybody's scared. Boo! Stop!
Oh, you should.
okay. I have a question for you. Do you like save your old feathers or anything to like make pillows out of it?
No, that's weird. What are you talking about?
Can I have them?
Ew.
Why do you want
Do
that?
you
So I
save
can make
your
a nice
hair?
pillow. Do you know how much those are worth?
I thought you
Have
wanted to
you
make a
felt
pet
our
out of it.
feathers?
No.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to make a pillow out of it.
for like pillow feathers are like the downy.
Yeah, have you? Okay, so
Just pet them.
obviously you're trying to like clump us with all birds, which is fine, whatever. But like, okay, so have you had a down pillow? Like, no.
Just pet
I was just trying to make
Have you felt
something
the
comfy.
crow's feather?
work
Have you like
better if it's
ever
like
picked
a
up?
quill to write with.
You don't
Your
have any like
hair
down
would work
feathers?
better.
Roll me a nature check.
Just pet his arm.
This is not gonna go
It's like shark skin, but for birds.
well. 13.
13? Okay. Not a super high check. You basically ask them for children hair. If you're talking about downy feathers, and that's what you're talking about, you're like,
Wouldn't that be like an under? Okay, I don't actually know this, so
They
I'm
don't
gonna
have
stop
another
talking.
coat of feathers under
Yeah.
their
Okay.
feathers. That's a mammal.
they
hair
molt
thing.
those
Okay.
later. They molt and get rid of those. So
Well,
you're
chicks-
just like,
chicks
hey,
have,
do you
like,
still have hair from when you were like 4?
Like, do you still have your baby teeth? So you can make a really cool necklace.
I do in the other room.
Sam.
Make a really cool necklace.
Sure. It's tiny.
Is that gonna be your DM shit? Like you put on the necklace, you're like, I'm about to roll. Yeah. No, we don't really like. I mean, do you go and pick up your hair when you like pluck one out?
No.
Why would you?
Freak.
Calm down.
As your hands are making a giraffe.
No,
Make a
why
roll.
would you?
It's all about the angle.
Man, I was just asking. Like, it was
It's
the top
okay.
of the mind. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I didn't mean to
It's
be
okay.
offensive.
No, but have you like okay, crows are a thing, right?
You have.
Stop. I'm just making sure. I'm like checking my lore. Like you've seen a crow feather, right?
I mean, yeah.
You have you felt the
Crows are a thing, right?
no, right? Okay, birds do. Wait, birds aren't real. Fuck you all. Birds are not real. Anyways,
This is a fantasy setting, so
also
we're
crows
like,
are a very modern thing. It could have been just ravens back in the day. That's why I was asking.
Make
To a sphinx.
you
and
make
actualized
crows.
humans, But birds are still not real.
you make crows.
Redcon.
Nope.
Have you heard of raven
No.
feathers? Fucking
No, King 2 with a crow mage hand asks if crows are real, and you can't change my mind.
Oh my god.
Dude, should I like just add a -1 modifier to my int, bro? Like, no, you're
Charisma, man.
no, that's it, bro.
Yes, crows are real. I don't know why you ask, Hush.
Holy crap.
It's
wow.
like it's now 2 a.m. and it's like those kind of conversations.
100%.
This is a friend skit right now. Like, this is literally a boop, boop. Oh, no, that's not whatever.
He's still got the crow sitting on his shoulders.
Have you heard of, are they real?
I just imagine the Seinfeld theme from like Sail, like.
You've instantly become more avoidable.
But it's like, have you felt the like? What is it called? What is it? What is it?
Okay,
Anatomy
you know what?
of
I'm
feathers?
done with this conversation. You've made fun of me enough. I get it. You guys don't have feathers. It's fine.
Stop. I don't like clapping and typing after I make a mistake and you start typing.
We have quotable moments. I had to get it in immediately.
I really wish you would have
Cheers, I'll
forgot.
drink to that.
I'll drink to that too.
Somebody clip that later too.
The literal bird person. Are birds real?
All right. We've shit on Jeremy enough.
That's the story of my life, man. Keep it coming. Let's
It'd be
go.
like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where an actual bear is considered a mythical creature because everything is like a Wolverine bear or a dog bull or something like that.
Or a flying bison.
Just a regular ass bear is
A
like,
vulture bee.
what do you think a bear?
Anywho,
You guys have a delightful sleepover where you rail into Hush.
Oh. Wait a minute. POS. Somebody ban us.
Somebody banned it.
a sleepover where they just all railed in the hut.
Oh, that's the kind of sleepover I'm into, baby. Let's go.
I don't just make my arms long.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Imagine if Bobo did the wave.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. I'm eventually gonna pass the fuck out.
Yeah, we should pass the fuck out. Like, really. I'm tired. I get fucked up. I just like.
Wait, can Thak even sleep with all this? Like, how far away is his room?
Next door. Or, like, he's the room below ours.
Did just we hear like a fucking?
See a warhammer pop to the floor.
Don't do that.
You're paying for that.
Uncle V's gonna fucking murder you, bro.
Is Uncle V gonna like pop his head and be like, "Shut the fuck up"?
No, this room is like
Lights
actually
out.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, he owns a bar, so.
So, you guys turn in eventually. Sayil.
Bless you.
I didn't get to it fast enough.
As you are sleeping, you feel this pull kind of in the center of your gut. It brings your consciousness down, and you can almost feel like you're on water, like the ebb and flow. And there's just a very consistent water drop. Getting waterboarded. And you begin to see the edge of the lake. As this vision kind of pans out and shows you the rest of your surroundings, you see very tall trees. There's whispering in the distance, but you can't quite make out what it is. And up out of the lake itself is very sleek. What's a good way to... It's very sleek and almost iridescent scales. As the water cascades off and it turns its head and looks at you, you see the face of what is obviously some kind of monster. up out of the lake. And then the whispering stops, the water stops dropping, and you kind of find yourself waking up in the middle of the night. No, you did not. But for some people, that might be considered a nightmare. For you, there's just been this urge to move, this almost like itchy feet as of late. And you finally feel that there is some kind of direction for it. As vague and ambiguous as it is. How close are we from getting affiliated? I think we need like
7 more people.
7 more followers and some
7.
watch time, and that's it.
Let's go.
I think we have.
No,
the
watch
average
time
amount
is
of-
partner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. Just 7.
Sorry about that. Your boy having a bad allergy attack.
You're good. Understand.
Need to get some real spicy.
Yeah, that would actually be really nice.
That's bacon. You're a god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back.
I'm gonna be staying with Bobbert while we're looking for a new place.
So, you have that. Night. Sorry, not night. Day comes. You all wake up. Back. You make sure to get up nice and early. And when you go downstairs, you see that it's about 5 a.m. It is just about getting light, just over the horizon. But Winston the owl is already gone.
Okay. Just kind of make my way out the door. Go to where?
Or whatever you say.
Toberon.
Toblerone.
Go make my way towards where Nordal is.
Probably like on Bastion's head.
So, you make your way, and at this point, we probably. So, you guys.
Get my money. Cha-ching.
The train crash and everything happened in Precinct 3, which is right about here.
Oh no, I don't like maps.
Over on East Haven. This is just the city map. The concordance.
That's where we were when the
Mhm.
train.
Okay.
You would know that you need to go to Sunhome, which is in Precinct 4, I believe.
Where are we right now?
You guys are in concordance. Upper right about here.
Okay, so we're like outside of
Yeah.
where.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Close by.
So you guys can get a feel for the map and everything like that.
Did you make this?
I did not. There's a gentleman named Legendary Binary who I found on Reddit who put this all together.
Shout out Legendary Binary.
Oh, cool. We had it cut off.
Yeah, my bad. So, he is a champion. And apparently he made it like 3 years ago.
Perfect.
So, you make your way from Precinct 3, which has like very early morning birds and beasts kind of roaming around. You see a few raccoons in the underbrush kind of looking at you. But this is Precinct 3. This is the Selesnya. They're not looking at you as if they're scared, but just curious. You make your way from there to one of the many bridges that kind of goes over a bit of this chasm and leads into Sunhome. The Boros Guild home. For you, this is home.
Yep.
But there's got to be this weird moment for you as you're walking up and looking around. There are 2 men manning the gate, and they kind of just look at you and nod. Business?
Yes.
With whom?
Nordal.
Is he expecting you?
Yes. We talked last night.
They open up one of these side passages next to the main gate, a smaller like personnel door, and let you go in. You know that Nordal is most likely in a different office or area than he used to have, since he's now has a new title and new job. So you probably have to go looking for him a bit.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're doing while you're there?
I might pass by my room just to look in, see if anything's changed.
You pop your head in, and you typically don't have your own room.
No.
It's normally barracks. right? So you pop your head in, you look at your old bunk, and somebody else is sleeping in it.
Okay, makes sense. Well, I'm just gonna, mosey my way around to where captain's quarters usually would be, trying to find him, captain's office, that kind of stuff.
It's not hard. There are a lot of people that are kind of giving you like double. They're kind of like doing the double check as you walk by. You are fairly well known around here, and a lot of them are just. He's been back in town for a while. Word has gotten around, but you eventually find Nordal's office, and he's already up and moving.
So, do I just... Like,
His door's open.
Okay, door's open, so I walk on through, and...
You find him in the middle of doing some paperwork. He's got this like bald, shining, bright head, and the guy like tamps down some of his paperwork, and he's like, Zach, I'm seeing you sooner than I thought I would.
I thought it would be best not to delay.
All right. What can I do for you?
I'm here for my, what did you call it last time?
Stipend.
Stipend. Here for my stipend.
Okay. Give me one moment. He starts rummaging around through some paperwork. So, let's be frank. We know that you've been back in town for a while, and we understand that when the incidents happened, some people may have questioned the validity, allegiance, and Eldaconan has elected to give people time. Where do you stand?
Well, you see,
If you are not quite happy with current leadership, while I do not agree with it, extra payment and a promotion might be in order. You were the hero of yesterday's terrorist attack.
I just need to... There's a reason I have not come back so soon. I have matters that I am taking care of that require my immediate attention. Things that happened while I was away that take priority. I need my stipend to help me take care of these matters. Until they are resolved, I can't give you an answer on that right now.
Until you answer, we cannot give you your stipend. Currently, you are unenlisted. You have been considered AWOL. We are being nice in speaking with you. This is a volunteer-based army.
Yeah.
You do not need to stay. If you are going to elect not to return, while that will be upsetting and sad, there will be no legal action against you for leaving. That said, you are not entitled to this gold if you are not a member of the Boros.
Your office used to be somewhere else.
It did?
What happened while I was gone?
Well, Eldaconan, the new leader of the Boros, challenged Aurelia to open combat for her position, and she prevailed. After that, oh, thank you.
Heyo.
Hey.
Thank you, Colorado kid.
It's true, I do smell like cheese.
We all smell like cheese.
That's why I like him so much.
So, Eldaconan prevailed. She has now won the right to be battle master and battle leader.
She?
So, obviously, we've heard reports that things kind of deteriorated in the north as well. So you're aware that down here it was much, much worse. There was a breaking. We had essentially a civil war. And while things have calmed down now, the perihelion is gone, taken by Captain Quickstep. So I am here to backfill her role.
What did you do to get this far along? You were not even close to this before. I'm just curious on why.
This is only a one-step promotion for me.
Were you there when Aurelia fell?
Yes, the majority of the guild was.
Did you find anything about anything that happened? Can you describe it to me, what happened? I was aware of her fall, but I wasn't, given
Circumstances.
any more detail than that.
Eldiconan essentially became a grunt, graduated with honors, and then immediately challenged. She went through all the legal proceedings and code that we require. The combat was magical as well as martial, and it was large enough scale that we had to evacuate the grounds.
Wow. Knowing Aurelia, that's not a surprise, but Eldiconan, that is.
Well, our hope is that Aurelia, being celestial in nature, she will eventually come back to us, and maybe not under her old position, but we are hoping to have her return.
I had a question.
Typical Thak.
Did you know anything of Eldiconan before they joined the Boros?
Well, she's the sister to the Endwin Emperor.
Oh.
So she's High Priestess and Princess of the Endwin Empire.
I'm gonna reach over and shake his hand and tell him I am still loyal to the Legion.
All right. DM to player, are you? Is this something that you were seriously considering? Or are
DM
you
to
pretty
player?
set?
I am DM to player.
Mhm.
I am loyal to the Legion. That does not mean it's the Boros.
Peace.
Okay.
Understood. That was just whether or not you had to make a check.
Wordplay.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Give me a general, or really it was what kind of check you had to make. Give me a general charisma check.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's not good. That's a 10.
10?
Yeah.
All right. During the handshake, he kind of looks you in the eye and just nods. I understand that these are trying times.
Quite.
But if you change your mind, and he will pull out a sealed tube, a sealed scroll, hand it to you. Eldiconan herself and I believe that a promotion is in order if you come back. That is a signed script saying that you are a sergeant of the Boros Legion, not just a grunt. That comes with a bit of a bump in pay that will be back paid on your stipend, meaning you will get more when you come back, as well as other resources that are now at your disposal. That said, if you sign the bottom of that paper saying that you agree to these, then you are saying that you agree to current leadership.
I just thinking cordially, and I stand and walk away. And on the way out, I just I want to make a perception check just on his demeanor.
That'd be insight.
Insight check. Oh my god, no, not even.
Where's that shot?
Not
We're
even.
gonna need it soon.
It's coming, but not even remotely.
Well, what is it?
3.
3?
Yeah.
All right, so 3 just means that he's difficult to read.
Yeah.
If he was trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
He's not.
I'm just gonna stare at him very clearly and say, did Aurelia's leadership really mean that little to you? And
I'm gonna let you go. All right. So, bringing it back to the bar. What order do you think the rest of you wake up in?
I think one of us would wake up and kick somebody else in the face.
I'm fairly. I wake up fairly early.
If I don't have Toberon waking me up like an alarm clock, I am not.
You're not waking up.
I'm not waking.
all of us-
I'm not
so-
waking up quickly.
I was
So-
gonna say this earlier. I don't think Bobo drinks. I think I'd be the only one that wouldn't be hungover.
Perfect. That's fine.
So I wake up early just because of like where I'm typically out, even if I am drinking. So I don't know who would wake up first between me, Bobo, and Lolex.
It sounds like it's Bobo.
Okay.
So, Bobo, you wake up. And, oh, thank you again. Shadow.
Hello, Dan Smoke.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
go.
it's happening.
Bobbert has some friends.
Bobbert is a legend.
Bobbert is a legend.
So is Shadow Smoke.
Thank you, Bobbert. Awesome. Bobo, you wake up and you come down, and you wake up around 6 o'clock. You see Bastion is actually already awake and is basically, he's doing like dagger throwing,
Oh,
just like into the floorboards.
wonderful.
Picks up.
A knife into the floorboards. This little shit.
If V's gonna let anybody get away with it.
New tricks. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you, sir.
And as you come down, he kind of looks up and goes, "You guys got mail?"
Oh
what?
no.
What kind of mail?
Owl mail. Probably.
You're not awake yet.
Oh.
We have mail. I'll announce that loudly to people who are sleeping, just so loud. We have mail.
So when we wake up,
Do I need a contract or something?
It's easy enough.
All right.
There's-
I'll just summon my toad.
oh my gosh.
Alpha Toads. Hello. Welcome.
Duh.
We're playing
Oh.
some D&D. New tricks. Hello.
We got like 3 in a row just now.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, we're doing oh my god.
Waller TV.
Waller TV. Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Who did Bobby pay?
This is the second session, by the way.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh my lord.
Oh my God, Waller.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome. You guys
Oh,
are
wait, we missed one. Coop Dub.
Dub.
Thank you too.
Wow. thank
Welcome,
you, guys.
everybody. Hello.
Yeah.
We
Making
play
my heart
D&D.
go pitter patter.
so what is the what do you call it? The mail. What does the mail say?
Oh,
Oh, are we all awake too?
yeah, you'd all be
now
awake.
we are.
Okay.
Running downstairs.
Like, oh man, I love AOL.
Carrying my emotional
Bastion
support
has
frog.
Morgan at AOL.com says.
Bastion has a envelope in his hand, and he goes, this looks like, I don't know, it's like 3 triangles on the seal.
What?
And for you, you would know that's the Azorius.
I was about to say Triforce. Hello.
Wrong game.
My
Wrong game.
handwriting's a little questionable, so I can also read it out if it's an issue.
What does it say?
I would be. making my way
Morgan
back.
wants to see us as soon as is convenient.
Should we right back to her?
Well, when's convenient for us?
After
Now?
breakfast,
Yeah, that's what I'm
That
thinking.
Yeah.
Make
I'm
my way
making
back
waffles.
there.
You're making waffles?
I'm making waffles.
Not everybody has a waffle iron in this town, but me,
True.
I shelled out for the good stuff.
Uncle V.
Yeah, I was gonna say you mean V.
I like my friends to think that I spent money on it even when I didn't.
So,
Fair enough.
If
we
anybody
eat,
else would
we
like
get
to read
ready.
the letter, it's just that she has pertinent information and would like to see us at her earlier convenience. That is
Okay,
all.
so,
Do you
so
think
breakfast.
this is about the guild?
Wait,
pact?
do we need Thack? Because where is he?
Oh, Zach went to go his old barracks and pick up some money. That's what he said. He said it shouldn't take him too long.
Is that Morgan?
Is that Morgan or
No, that's Bastion.
Oh, okay.
Did he give like a time?
He left about an hour ago. He said it wouldn't take him too long. He'll probably be back in like another hour at most.
If you guys give me 10 minutes, I can send him a message through like one of the squirrels.
What?
I can do that too.
Excuse me. Wait, hold on. You can use squirrels to talk to people.
Me too,
Yes.
but they're not squirrels.
Okay, I'm gonna need some more information.
Speak
Like,
of
how does this work?
squirrels.
Do you just like go talk
I
to like?
spend 10 minutes serenading it so it likes me, and then I give it a message.
Very interested because remember he was trying to catch squirrels when we first met him.
I know, I'm gonna use the one that's in the rafters after you bar nuts.
Wait, did we ever find out if he's okay? That's
Yeah, he got peanuts. He got bar peanuts.
He didn't get hurt, he just got annoyed. He got assaulted.
Is he
There
still,
was a squirrel hand grenade later that day.
Was it the same one?
No, it wasn't.
So we should send a message
Alright.
to Morgan first, and then maybe find out if we can.
Alright, so it takes a morsel of food, and I have to give a general description of the person, and then a message of up to 25 words. It covers about 50 miles per 24 hours for a flying messenger, 25 for other animals. And it speaks... It speaks the message.
Oh, great. I have to do a squirrel voice. Delightful.
Replicating the sound of your voice.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my clipping ready.
Give me a description.
Would Zach be more like off-put by crows or squirrels?
I figure a squirrel would be less intimidating.
But a crow is.
The hell you mean? Intimidating.
Less intimidating.
A crow can get at your eyes a lot easier. My thoughts.
The squirrels in Bellingham, they have invasive black squirrels, and they're like really friendly. They'll get in your car.
Looks like I need to go to Bellingham.
We're ready to go to Bellingham.
Jesus
Squirrel
Christ.
friends!
All right. So you spend a moment after making some waffles, tear a little bit off.
I'll make a tiny waffle.
You make them a tiny little waffle, and there's this moment where you open the door and you start serenading, and you see the same squirrel from before lift its head up out of the bushes and just squint. Shrugs, essentially going like, well, when you put it that way. Kind of trots its way on
A
in.
tiny buttered waffle.
Just gonna.
So you're gonna be looking for a very large, just angry-faced half-orc.
It mimes like the hammer motion.
Yeah, and he, if you wouldn't mind letting him know, we were gonna go talk to Morgan here once he gets back and discuss Guild Pact information. So, at his earliest convenience, if you could come back from work.
From his job.
All right. It gives you an odd salute.
The squirrel?
Yeah.
God damn
It
it.
takes the rest of the waffle, stuffs it in this little maw, and just scatters.
Thank you. I'll come back inside. Alright, Thak should get that here soon. Can travel like about a mile an hour.
Well, I guess it's good. The city's like
Compact.
probably like knows the city. So.
Yeah.
There's definitely ways that it can get up high and then just.
And
If
I
you
can
fly
travel
for a
2
while,
miles an hour then.
I wonder if he's gonna take the hot air balloon or.
The train that got destroyed.
Or just walk and enjoy the festivities.
Those are bad ideas. I'm just from previous experience, probably bad ideas if the squirrel hops onto the air balloon.
Don't get on public
The squirrel
transportation when I'm DMing.
The squirrel gets targeted because they think it's another attack and is like, oops, I yielded to terrorism.
All right. So there's this weird moment where you're about halfway home, halfway to the bar, and this squirrel runs directly up to you, stops, looks up, and in Sail's voice, hey, we're about to go do business. When you're
Morgan.
done from your job, if you can, yeah, your earliest convenience. And then it puts its little paw out.
I pull like a crumb of a ration out and put it in its paw. Like, I just kind of, he gives me that grimace and I just go, I wasn't expecting you.
Eats it, scampers off.
All right, I pick up my step a little bit.
So you guys are probably finishing up with breakfast by the time Thak actually returns.
Oh, hello. Did you get my squirrel?
Yes.
I wanted to
Sounded just like you.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
it
send a
does
crow. Just saying.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Birds aren't real.
I don't know. They're an Azorius conspiracy.
They're all made from artificers. The ornithopter was a prototype bird.
Why do you think people sleep at night? Do they have to
I
recharge?
kind of give a nod to everybody and I go find B.
You go back and find B. Was there anything else you guys want to discuss while you're at breakfast?
No, I think we're kind of set
Do-
on like going to Morgan, right?
Do you guys have like a favorite breakfast? Just I can add that into the weekly rotation. So-
Hash browns?
Okay, that's a good side for breakfasts. Pretty
Hash
easy
browns
to
are
make.
Fucking delicious.
You know, you make a little bit of like pork belly or bacon, and then you fry the hash browns in it.
bro, you're speaking my language. You used to like cook me breakfast when we were like back home, so you know what I like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But like, scones are hard to make when you're out on the trail.
All right. Pancakes do wonders.
Okay.
When Bobo was scavenging for himself, he would usually wake up in the morning and get himself a fish, or maybe like whatever worms he could find,
Oh, we're having like what are they called?
So-
Capers?
So you like
like any bugs
Like
that
bagels
he
and
could find when he
capers?
was hunting. So it's like I'd wake up and I'd either go fishing or I'd go hunting for a bug.
so you
How
like
do you fish? Just kind of
his
curiosity.
hands.
Beer.
No, something.
He hand axes them really hard through the water.
He's got claws, so like,
So fish
Yeah.
cooked.
No.
Okay.
see, like,
Glad we
I'll-
clarified.
We'll do
No.
breakfast sushi once a week.
I mean, isn't that like bagel, like the salmon bagel, like capers, right? Is that what it's called?
We could do salmon cream cheese.
tuna,
Yeah,
tuna
yeah.
crackers, maybe.
Have you ever had salmon scrambled eggs?
So we
No.
have like hash browns, pancakes, and like salmon.
These are all
cream
things I can do very easily.
Mm.
I'll keep this in mind.
cheese. We should get like plus stats for
That
shit
comes
is
in.
fucking
Did you get my
pause.
squirrel?
There's-
What kind of breakfast do you want?
There's a gourmet feed
Meat.
where he can actually give you time.
All right.
bacon.
Does sushi count for meat for you for
What is-
breakfast? Like sashimi.
When I know what sushi is. Like,
This is Guild's Row.
You would know what it is.
Everything.
It's a very odd draconic dish.
Okay.
It's normally caught up in like the north.
This cat. Sure, I'll try anything once, maybe.
It's like the
All right.
I'll take a look at it at least.
the Nagpa that raised me for years in their like flavor text. They don't eat or experience any form of joy. So I had to like figure it out.
It's true.
Wait,
You just like having breakfast.
Mom basically never fed him, is what he's saying.
oh,
Your favorite breakfast is breakfast.
All right.
I'm like, cream cheese? You can cream a cheese?
So you go back
Kinda.
and you see Uncle V is actually like elbow deep in this weird animatronic. It's like very large dog.
Stop.
Shush.
Stop. 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 I just kind of tap him on the shoulder, and I told him I meet with the Boros and ask him if there's any way that he can. Ask him if he knows who Quickstep is.
Never cooks it?
Yeah.
She's normally called Skyrider General, things like that. She essentially. I'm surprised you don't know this.
No, I do. I'm asking if he knows who she is.
Yeah, yes, I know who she is. I don't know her.
Any way you can find a way to contact her for me, please. It's urgent.
Give me a little bit of time, and I will.
He would know
reach
that
out.
he would know that I can ask a squirrel to take a message.
He doesn't know her well enough to describe.
Yeah.
I have a
So
crow.
that's
He
all
knows
I
her
want
from,
to
like,
that's all I
story.
want to really run by him.
Wait, are your
He knows it.
Sayo,
He does.
are your squirrels fine familiar?
No.
I'm probably not the person you want to talk to, actually. Sail, he can make, like, woodland creatures come up. It's very, very strange.
She's nowhere near here. This would be a message to a person.
It would take time, but I'm
Yes.
sure that it would eventually get to her.
Okay, I'll
And
give it a
I'll work
shot.
on things in the back and
Are
on
we
my side.
are
Thank
we
you.
all in the same room?
No, Uncle V's in his little workshop.
I just went to
and
talk
Zach
to him
is-
for a
Zach is
minute.
back there.
Talk to him for a minute and come back out and
Yeah.
eat breakfast. So do that, come back out, sit down, eat breakfast.
Cool.
I tucked the little sealed thing in my, pocket or whatever.
Mhm.
Eat. Good morning.
Morning. Here's
Good
breakfast.
morning.
You would know what I probably went to go do, but they wouldn't. Because you were with me when I was talking to Nordal. We were walking back.
Yes. I know that you probably went and spoke to him, but I don't know what you want after that.
Oh.
Is it?
I was going to ask you later, but
Zach,
you know.
Zach, is it important? Is it important?
I just learned some things that I need
I
to.
thought we were friends.
Heck, I think we can trust these guys. Bobo is honestly like he's a kind soul and a gentle spirit.
He's just terrifying in the coolest way.
Did
We
I
need to
see
pay
him?
him to keep
but
him quiet.
I don't think I've seen him do any transformation stuff yet, though. Because
No, you
he
saw
was
him at
still
the train.
transformed after the train.
okay, so I am familiar.
He had
now.
to slap away
Got it.
his fucking.
Okay.
He shook
You
his
also
limbs
saw him
out.
do it to mess with Hush.
No,
No, I was.
He
that
just
was just
showed
me
him his
dropping
face.
my mask.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
I'm disfigured.
Oh yeah, that was just the. So okay, so
Okay, he's a good and genuinely good soul.
Okay.
I know him from a young age. If I ask him to keep a secret, he can definitely do that. Hush is a homie. That's why his name starts with an H.
so I have.
And we have to ask him 3 times. Anybody respectful of the Fae will respect something that you ask 3 times.
Being a fellow Kenku, I know that it doesn't actually start with an H and that it is the sound because my name is. But they don't get it right either.
Yeah, my name is literally just.
So I'll tell them. Basically, I left to go get my promised payment from the job I did before I came back, and I have, unbeknownst to them, split from them and gone to the schism as I explained. And they basically said, unless you swear allegiance to the new leadership, which I don't agree with, part of why I took my oath of vengeance, I don't get my money. So they gave me this. It's a contract. I haven't read it yet, but if I sign this, I get my money, but this pledges my
I got a
allegiance
notification.
to them.
So there's
And
money involved.
there is money involved, but I need to contact the person who took the largest airship because they also split, and I need to find a way how to contact them.
The Flying Fortress.
Uh-huh.
So you want me to...
Flying Fortress?
Flying
I can help.
much bigger than that.
Where are they? Are they
can-
in?
It can get to it.
This is an ally not to pass up. Event.
I can
Why are we making allies?
make it be able to give a
ally.
message and
Oh.
point it in the right direction.
So I'm just. It might be difficult. It might take time. But is there any way that you can help me contact?
Sure. About how many miles outside of the city would the perihelion be, do you think?
Would my crow be able to carry a
A
squirrel that far?
long ways away.
Or I could just have your crow do it.
It's it kind of constantly moves,
Right.
so it stays out of city limits, but just out of city limits most
Is
of
it
the time.
more than 50 miles out?
It's fine for Millie.
It'd be right about the edge of it.
50 miles, like, to Seattle from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's Guild's Row, the city, and then there's like the kind of rubble belt and stuff around it, that is still Guild's Row. It's Guild's Row
Right.
Incorporated.
Right.
So as far as boundaries go, they still need to observe that. So they're past that.
Okay. So it would take about 24 hours to get there, and I could tell her 25 words.
Oh boy. Okay.
So if you want to like write it down,
By the way,
and I can
Find
read it
Familiar
out.
has a
Yeah,
range
I'll
of
just-
10. It has a range of 10.
I'll write that down
For
so
the
we don't
animal.
take
So
up a lot of time.
what are the
and get
games
that.
that-
Yeah, no, so we can
You
move
can
on to the
bam-
games and stuff.
Find familiar, you can bamf them into existence within 10 feet of you.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
What are the games that we're joining called again?
Guild Pact.
Guild
what?
Guild Pact.
Guild Pact.
So, you'd be like, he's concerned about his money, but we can make money.
I was trying to get the money to help us pay for stuff
We're
for that.
Well, we already got
Are we-
potions and
Are
armor
we
stuff.
set up enough for the guild pack?
We were thinking
I
of
don't know.
taking a job to help
We
get
should-
some more money.
We should
Wait,
also
we don't-
probably get some like experience just together, you know? Like you guys seem great. We
need to
saved
go
the
talk-
train. That was pretty
so-
good.
I think we need to go talk to Morgan, and then after Morgan, we can talk about finding a job and just testing the waters for ourselves and getting a bit of money, experience under our belt before
Yeah,
the
maybe
Guild
like
Pact
working
games.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we work together all right. So we can walk and talk, and while we do that, you can figure out that message, and I'll send it on our way once we get to a good time.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds good.
So you guys are heading out to go talk to Morgan?
Yep.
All right. So, actually, did I put that in the message? I don't think I did. All right. Should have been in the message that her offices are in New Prague. That's something you probably could have assumed just by the fact that she's Azorius. That basically puts her here.
I'm going to the Azorius office buildings.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys head to New Prague, and there's an odd moment where like the nature and everything kind of gets more and more, not quite industrial, but almost residential, as a lot of just normal houses start to pop up and create like neighborhoods, cul-de-sacs, legitimately those kinds of things. And as you head into New Prague, there is just a flurry of activity. There is like people coming in and out of offices with like people in tow going in to get booked, that kind of a thing. There are weird like homunculi kind of taking notes and zipping up and down from various floors, delivering them. There are different familiars that are doing very similar jobs. And you come to the front office that is manned by this little homunculus and just,
Wait, did you just say little homunculus?
yeah,
Sorry.
little homunculus.
That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry.
Just, welcome to New Prague. What can I do for you?
We're here to speak to Morgan. We were sent a letter by her familiar, Morgan Leman.
All right, can I see it?
Letter.
Looks at it. Their eyes kind of glow for a moment, and they're not really looking at the letter as much as they're looking at the seal.
Yep.
That was on the outside, and they just nod. All right, third floor up, room 2506.
Is there like a...
Where's the cigarette dispenser?
What?
Where's the cigarette dispenser?
I'll just hold out.
No smoking indoors.
I'll take back the...
Really?
This thing is made up of like, it's not even made up of flesh. It is just this little like floating
Can I roll
bottle.
an insight check on the smoker's boy?
Good.
Okay. 14.
14. You're pretty sure this is just a very old homunculus
Okay.
that has just been in service for a long time.
Okay.
And also, Andrew has a very limited amount of voices that he can do.
He has like 3.
Yeah.
Normal, Russian, and something else, right?
And soft spoken.
I'll do this once we get back outside the building.
Yep.
No
But-
problem.
Just so Andrew has it for note keeping. That is the message that is being sent.
Okay. Good enough. All right. There's a very large staircase towards the back, and it spirals up to all the floors on the inside of this building. So you head your way up, third floor, room, what'd I say,
3.
2506.
2506.
2506.
Yeah. Room 2506. And all these doors are just like, it's the same door with just different numbers on it. There's no like, the nameplates are all in the same font, same size. There's no like, personality put on the outside of any of these doors until you get to Morgan's door. That it just, she has a second nameplate under it, which is, it just says Morgan Lemen, Minister of Impediments.
She has 2 nameplates, which is twice as many as any of the other 2,505 doors we just had to walk past to get here.
That's impressive.
2,500 doors, no nameplate. This one is that extra one.
You'd also notice the spacing between her door and the other doors is much larger.
Bigger office. Knock.
Just a moment. And after a moment, the door opens up. She goes, "Oh, you're all here? Perfect. Please come in, sit down." And as you walk into this office, it is very, very bare bones and almost minimalistic. There is just, there is a small couch for seating. There is a desk with 2 other chairs on the other side of it, as well as just a stack of paperwork, a few bookshelves full of what appear to be like legal documents, and that's it.
I feel like Sayil's the kind of guy that has a collapsible stool, so if there's not enough seating, he'll just...
Chair. I'm just puts it down.
Please take a seat. Thank you for coming, and again, thank you for the work that you guys did yesterday. There's some more information on the attacks, if you would like to know, if that is something you're interested in.
Did your child make it home safe?
Yes, Max made it home safe.
That's where I screwed the name up. Got it.
This is actually something that you would have noticed coming into here, is that there is still like a very large smoke column a little further into town that you know lines up with about Augustin Station, which is this, basically it is a skyship docks.
A smoke column
Mm-hmm.
that is still going today.
Still going.
I'm gonna assume that was a skyship.
So, Augustin Station was attacked, as well as the Chamber of the Guild Pact itself. Wayport, which is further south, was also attacked. The bridge going in and out of that has been collapsed. And Concordance, where you all were, was also attacked. Everywhere except for Wayport seemed to have been of high transportation. Guild Pact had a lot of care going in and out, delivering people who wanted to see the games. Augustin Station was obviously skyships, as well as the Concordance is where the train was hit. The Wayport is the only one that is kind of odd. They hit a bridge, which is out, but there weren't many casualties. Not a lot of people were there at the time, which is odd. Sorry. And you'd see, like, on her desk, there is this, like, where everything else is nice and, like, just in its place, her desk itself is just covered in paperwork. It is strewn about, and as you see her, like, lifting up, trying to find the right page. I don't know if you saw anything, or if you would know anything, being of the Boros, but apparently they caught one of the terrorists, but have not been able to get any information out of it. We're still trying to figure out why. I know that
The Boros.
we've kind of just met, but is there any contact that you might have that I could speak to? They generally don't like talking to brass.
I can go over. I can think about it. There's nobody that comes to mind immediately, but
It'd be appreciated.
I'll do what I can.
Sorry, I just need to get that off my chest, that way I can think about other things. So, Guild Pact Games, is that still something you all are interested in?
I think if you gave her her scroll, she could
Yes.
be sergeant.
Very much so.
Yes.
Definitely not. That specifically has my name on it.
She's a good liar. She could pass herself off as good.
So, I've just gotten news that the pack games are going to be continuing a week from yesterday, so in 6 days.
Okay.
So, the 28th.
We're actually looking for some like jobs to help us prepare for the games, just to team building activities, I guess. Do you have any suggestions?
Any, like, couple of day jobs, some sewers that need investigating, or a rampaging dog somewhere.
Well, it's Guild's realm. I'm sure a lot of that can be found. Unfortunately, without Guild Pact license, I cannot issue you guys anything like that because you're not
From here.
notorious.
Yeah.
There are other postings around town. Many bars will have job listings, stuff like that you can go look at. If you're just looking for a day job.
So, what bar gives you the most paperwork around here?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Probably the Blue Water Inn.
Might not be a good spot.
Let's go to the Blue Water Inn. That sounds like a good place.
Keep a good way.
been a while.
Twist away.
If they're generating a lot of paperwork, then that generally means that they're probably going to have some interesting stuff.
They have good oysters. They have good oysters.
Or it's a boy cried wolf kind of thing.
Well, no, by paperwork I mean that they give you the flyer, so nobody's working more than there aren't multiple groups working the same job. Most places will just tell you about a thing and then you go do it.
Oh, Final Fantasy 12.
So they have a lot of work there.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the most part.
I'm assuming Uncle V's Tavern doesn't have a lot of set work in it, otherwise we would have probably known to check that.
Uncle V generally doesn't like doing that because it brings in a lot of ruffians,
Okay.
like mercenary types, and that's not what his bar is about. He's done with that kind of life. He just wants to chill now.
Fair.
Understandable.
Getting old.
Before we continue though, Bobo,
Yes.
there are a few things I want to run by everybody, that way we're all on the same page.
I'll flank Bobo.
I found some reports, and while you were not tried or have any legal repercussions, I would just like to know, what was the story behind your failed assignment?
It was my first time dealing with my affliction, and I lost control of things and killed somebody very squishy.
Very squishy.
Yes, his insides were very squishy. You could
What
bend
my friend
claws.
means to say is that there was an accident on the job, and he got blamed for it. And while you can make the argument that it was
It
his
was my
fault,
I pull out my loot.
make that argument, like he's since made some changes and made sure that won't happen again.
Well, you seemed plenty in control yesterday.
Yes.
Is there... You said affliction.
Yes.
It seemed like something that was inherent. Is that not the case?
He couldn't always do it, but he can now do it inherently.
Alright, and that's not something you'll need to worry about on the field?
No. Yes.
He can do it, and he's in control of it. He and I.
Mostly.
You are in control of it.
Listen, that is not a barrier for entry. I just need to know. That way I can submit the rest of this paperwork correctly.
I'm fairly certain I'm most likely not to lose control.
Have you lost control since the first time?
Not on anything alive.
That's clear signs of improvement. With some strong monitoring on our end,
Because it's now dead.
yeah.
Right, and you see her just jot some notes down.
We'll
keep an eye
And
on
with
him.
a
keep an
very
eye on
large
him.
question mark and a
We'll keep an eye on Bobo. He's a good soul.
Yes.
Literally the NPC from
He's got
fucking
a-
Rick and Morty.
He's got a very good sense of humor.
right humor.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I am not funny.
You just told the law mage about humor.
From the
Or
law-abiding soldier.
well, it's funny that you say that because I also have a few reports on you. I understand there's a bit of a nebulous nature between you and your post.
Yes.
Yes.
I went
Hey.
and
Do not mock me.
I actually just returned from speaking with the Boros.
And where do you stand before I ask you to do favors for me?
He didn't get paid.
Undetermined?
You didn't
There's
get
one of
paid.
your snot hairs over here on the floor.
What? Is there?
Yes, I just
Oh
picked it
shit,
over
my
to
bad.
you. It was like next to me somehow.
That's weird. Okay. Undecided.
Undecided in which direction? They are undecided whether they want to, or you are undecided whether you want to.
I am undecided if I want to stay.
Okay. And you've made this apparent to them?
Yes.
And are
I
you
have
on at least a cordial relationship?
Cordial. I can still go in and out as I please and request to speak with whom I want to.
He has a scroll, and I asked about it, but it can't make you a sergeant of the Boros, unfortunately.
To put a long story short, you know of the change of leadership in the Boros recently.
Yes.
Some people agree, some people don't. I have a scroll here that promises me payment and a promotion if I sign that I agree with the current leadership. I am undecided on what I want to do. I am not an enemy, but I am not under current employment, let's just say. I can go in and out as I please.
Understood. Are any of the rest of you affiliated with any of the guilds?
I
I was interested in
we
this.
talked like a long time ago about like the faiths and how I had like a faith with the blue-green faction.
the
Mm-hmm.
blue-green back. Oh,
Simic?
we're playing Magic.
No, it's not
right
Simic, it was the god.
Right.
Right.
This was 2 years ago, but I was under the impression that I was going to try and give you guys piety for how you
Mhm.
played in game. So you have your whole thing, and I was going to model it off that. Not the god itself, but I was going to model a piety system off of that one.
Mm-hmm. So, I was just double checking to make sure that's not something I would have to be like, I have an affiliation with that.
No, she's very specifically talking about the other guilds, like the Orzhov, Rakdos, Golgari, the Azorius,
Selesnya.
things like that, Selesnya.
I help feed people with the Selesnya, that's about it.
Okay, but you're not indoctrinated in any way?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
You seem kind of loosey-goosey
So
with that.
before
stuff.
I answer, Morgan, do you have any reports on me?
A few. No. Listen, at the Azorius, we can pull a report on just about anybody. The reports are not bad in any way. It is just that you are
Reported.
people have reported that there's a odd crow beast running around, and you've been spotted as a possible suspect, but I'm pretty sure that we have located it.
Oh, get fucked, dog. Well, I mean,
Is there
like, I'm here to. I was looking at Selesnya as like people that I might align with, but I think that bridge has been burned.
In a poor way? Or just something that you're not interested in?
Just not that I'm interested, but you
That's
know,
fine.
I burn things that I'm not interested.
Right.
No, you fucking don't.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold on.
Lolax, anything?
I mean,
You used to work for court systems.
yeah, I used to do a lot of paperwork, so
Are you? Well, if the rest of this doesn't go well, I am looking for a clerk.
I don't know about that. Papers move slowly, and I'm not really about that. But if you need some assistance, then I'm more than happy to recommend a few of my friends.
She actually, when you say the words "paper moves slowly," she smiles. She goes, "It does. It is my main gripe about my station, actually."
Yeah, that's why I'm no longer in the court system anymore.
Understandable. It's not for everybody.
Anything I did that's interesting in there? Any fun stuff?
Maybe not something that I should share with the rest of them,
Oh no, we're all
unless
friends here.
you're.
Yeah,
open.
we're all ears.
Yeah, we're all friends.
By all means, enlighten us.
It shows that you. She kind of pulls your file out and opens it.
How big is the file? How big is the file?
It's like a standard manila folder, which means like that thick. It's pretty thick as far as files go. And she goes like, it seems as though you've been part of quite a few mercenary bands, and very frequently you're the only one to come back.
Sure about that?
I was
It
the
makes
cook.
sense for Sayo, really. Like, I'm not.
I was the non-combatant up until recently, so I was usually removed from the action.
So what happened?
They would go off and fight things, and then I'd be left with the gear, and then they would all be dead.
How many times has this happened?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I tried
Enough that it's been reported as odd.
like
So at least two. Is what I'm
a
hearing.
couple of times.
If I had a nickel for every time it happened, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's still weird.
I couldn't shoot magic out of my hands then, and do stuff like that. I couldn't talk to squirrels.
So you didn't even go with them?
I was like support. I wasn't there for the punch. I'm not a fighter.
So you were like the bartender?
Yeah, I'm like
Okay.
This tracks.
Yeah.
It tracks.
That
really
tracks,
good.
yeah.
I've worked with a lot of different groups and done
Yeah,
a lot of going, but
I think we have some
I
stuff
stay
to
in the
discuss
back.
later.
I stay in this. I stay with the bags. Like I stay back. I am not going out fighting anything until recently, and now I'm fighting things.
And you,
Let's talk about that.
you see
back
she
at the
actually
bar.
pulls out like one of your previous contracts, and she goes like, it does quite literally have him listed as bagman.
You know, that kind of stuff. Quartermaster for one of the bigger,
Delightful.
quartermaster for one of the bigger mercenary companies.
Would V know anything more about this?
Yeah,
Might
guys-
ask him later.
I'm an open book on this.
It's just weird.
You're a man made of bags?
I have a lot of pockets, but I'm not made out of bags.
Cargo shorts.
You know, that actually reminds me
You
of
are cargo
like,
shorts.
Pants.
It reminds me of
Cargo
a
pants?
story that I heard like back home. Did you hear about Johnny Stitchhopper?
No.
So it's like one of those like nursery rhyme kind of things, right? But there is apparently a supernatural being that could hop between bags of holding, and he would collect trinkets and sometimes bodies if they're already inside of like a bag of holding. I just thought it was weird.
Sayo, do you have anything to tell us?
I'm not a bag of holding bandit.
Okay.
Do you know how I would lead with that? Like, that'd be so cool if I could do that.
You should learn how to do that.
Well, you should know that we don't
Banditry
have.
is not normally something you should brag about, especially if you're going to be in my employ.
I'm
Gonna raise my
not a
hand a little
bandit.
bit.
I know you're not. You are a quartermaster, cook, bagman, which I guess that could be misconstrued as a bandit.
A bagman?
That is what your leader wrote you down as, bagman.
Okay.
But he also wrote down some odd titles for other people.
Oh. Yeah.
like stick boy.
Oh, well, I know what job that is.
I want to be a stick boy when I grow up.
Boy.
Yeah, yep, that guy was an asshole.
The
That
quartermaster
one,
or
the
the stick
ship
boy?
sank. I float.
So,
Stock is not rising.
so Morgan, what should we do? What should we do now?
Well, you guys have.
Oh wait,
Don't
wait, wait.
trust
I'm
Saeed
sorry.
to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Does Bobo have a track record? I think we've heard a lot of track records other than Bobo.
He killed a man. That's about his track record.
No. Bobo was the start.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Everybody's clean. I'm apparently questionable.
Bobo is also questionable.
No,
Possibly-
he's pretty upfront.
Possibly by
questionable to
motive,
everybody.
possibly by circumstance. We're not
questions?
sure yet.
I'm not
Yeah.
rich.
Murder?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't gain anything out of those. Those were
But
just,
you're alive.
those were just failures that I was scarred about.
It was questionably excessive.
Hey, Bobo, remind me not to mess with you. Hanku brother.
Okay.
Just sometimes when he's doing something and you're like, that's annoying, he shouldn't do that. Just remind him.
Do not mess with me.
All right.
Reminder set by you.
As well, are you all sure that you want to be part of the guild pact?
Yeah, we're all trustworthy folk.
I'm saying that because if not, then I would issue out your fee for it, which is 200 gold, and you can just keep that instead. I just want to be completely transparent.
But if we go through the guild pact, we would have access to like work and opportunities.
At a much higher scale than just random
Let's
You gotta
assortments.
invest
Yeah.
some time and effort in order to get those better opportunities in the future.
I like this. Since my employment is under question.
If you
right
win
now.
the lottery, you're supposed to get the lump sum payout.
Minus taxes.
Minus tax.
Which is like
All of it.
75%.
All of it. You win $1 million, you actually win 20 grand.
Still
The
20
government. The government
got you.
bitch.
Still 20 grand you didn't have before.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in joining a guild pact, and then I think it would be, I'd be interested in finding more folks who like perform these attacks. It sounds like there's some help needed there.
Perfect. That
I agree.
directly segues into my next point. For whatever reason, my leadership has been asking me to. They're saying that they already have people on this, and they've had people on this for a while, and they are looking at it.
Paper moves slow.
Paper moves slow.
Have they had people like us on it?
Fuck
No.
with us.
Exactly.
And it is within my power to. How do I put it? Not quite a bounty, but a contract. I can release jobs to the guild pact. And I would like to, once you guys have your license, release one to you very specifically for this. You may run into other Azorius agents, and I believe they're working closely with the Boros at this point in time. But with your license, they should have no grounds to stop you.
How do we... Have you... I was gonna be a shit and be like, have you checked the boogeyman? But have you asked the Demir? The spy organization in the city about this?
I do have contacts, and through their more legitimate outposts, like through libraries and places like that, I've invested my interest in. I'll see what I get back. But paper moves slow.
Do you have any updates on like the families of those like who have been affected? It sounds like there was many attacks. Is there going to be like a ceremony or anything?
So I've been told that at the beginning of the games next week that they will be holding a vigil, and there's going to be a moment of silence.
That sounds like a prime opportunity for another attack, so keep her ears out when that happens.
And typically we'd have a bit more air support, but the perihelion is not in the city.
Wow, that sounds like extra good time for another attack.
It's awfully convenient.
It's nothing we can deal with here.
Would it be impossible to ask for a patrol of skyjacks that during that day for a momentary ceasefire?
Like 30 minutes, even.
Well, I
An
think that
hour.
might be a bit above Morgan's pay grade here. It sounds like she's kind of being told what to do and
We're
what's happening.
requested.
Well, yeah, but Morgan might have
Well,
like
paper moves
some.
slow.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
if we
have
could
6
use,
days.
if we
I
could
fucking
use
hate that term
you,
now.
But legs move fast.
Yeah,
we
paper
could,
moves
if
slow.
we could
legs
use your
strong.
context to try to do something there. I don't know.
Squirrel legs move
That
faster.
might be more than we can manage.
If you can, here, and she'll actually dig through her deck and she'll pull out this little like coin that has the Azorius symbol on it, and there you go. If you can give that to whomever you are sending your message to get with your contacts and such, you can add that along. Then that is essentially my calling card, meaning they will know who to contact directly.
It
Just
pays
squirrel.
having friends in high places.
Literally
So I'm thinking of
flying.
adding my spell to your crow familiar, just so that way, like, my magic, it can talk through it and it will point it in the right direction.
But okay, but will it like mess up my crows?
No,
Can we?
Okay, because they're really important. to me.
it'll be like,
Can we get the coin there?
yeah,
Toss a
okay.
coin to your witcher.
to the
Value
crow.
of plenty.
Yes, it should be.
What's your burn?
Since we're on like the same wavelength, we got like we're compatible, we're cross compatible.
Okay.
So it'll just be like it'll add and then it'll go away. You know.
Okay, so my crows will be able to talk instead of basically just being able to understand me, right?
No, it'll be able to say 25 words with my voice, and then it's done.
Am I gonna feel this?
No,
Because I feel a lot that they feel.
I don't think so.
Okay, as long as it's not anything weird, man. Like I'm down.
Wouldn't that be cool if like we're just walking around somewhere and then randomly in my voice you say the message because it's saying it to like
I am a Kenku.
the
By the way, just fucking saying, Sayu. Like,
We are well aware.
I'm just gonna like hard side eye Morgan, and then like look back at Sayum and continue my conversation. Like I'm willing to try. I don't know what they can do. It's still fairly new to me.
Mhm.
I just know what.
It'll
like-
be fine.
Okay,
It'll be fine.
we can try it. Well, I mean, I'm willing to try anything once.
I mean, we could also try walking over and handing it to somebody.
Well, that's lame, bro. Like,
I agree. It's 50 miles away. That'd be a day's trip for us. The messenger goes a lot faster than we can.
You know what else works great? A gold piece and like a teenager who wants to make a nice gold piece.
Okay, we could spend money on it, or I could do it for free.
But we're not sure if it's gonna work.
It'll work.
It's gonna work.
I have faith in him.
Come on. It's me.
Again, I have faith in you, but we did just learn some.
It's
There's a reason I
concerning,
asked you.
okay? If you want to talk about this part in private. Let's change topics, though. Do you have any questions for me? Is there anything I can do to make this transition easier?
What was the name of that tavern again?
Blue Water Inn.
Blue Water Inn.
I think we're gonna go have a brunch there.
I don't know.
I
about
feel
a
like the
brunch.
Blue Water Inn might not do brunch. They might do dinner and alcohol.
Have any of the people that talked to us talked to you about the attack from yesterday again?
Oh. Well, Judge Asperia has taken a decided interest in, you. And while you did not lie, they can see through disguise.
I know.
So,
I had that there, not expecting the head of government to show.
Unfortunately for us, they were quite literally right next door.
Yeah. So
Out of curiosity, why were they so close in the first place?
They were right
The
next
Guild
door.
Pact, they initially dealt with the terrorist attack at the Guild Pact games.
at the council like hall next
So
door,
They were
and
all
then they came next door where we were.
they were already congregated for the games.
They were just kind of going in a line from
Okay,
attack
okay.
to
So
attack.
from there, they came over as quickly as possible, and they split some of them up.
I'm just really glad I wasn't.
I'm
there.
sorry,
Okay.
Morgan. You're
We
a
are
lovely
too.
person, and I enjoy this working relationship that we have now. But I don't fuck with the police. Like I don't want to talk to her.
Fuck 12, dog.
The Sphinx. I'm not here for it.
That might be an issue.
I don't want to talk to the Sphinx.
It's the head of government, man.
I know.
I'll bring-
That's why I don't want to talk to them.
I'll bring it next time.
I would say I highly doubt that well, now that I've said it, I highly doubt that you'll be dealing with Judge Asperia herself anytime soon. She just was interested in why you were trying to put on a different face.
Well,
the face that was there at the time.
Wait, no, it's Morgan. Never mind. We can talk about it all we want.
No, I was pretending to be him.
Yeah, I remember you turned into Lolax because Lolax might have, because he's a
A caster.
sorcerer.
Yes.
Or maybe next time we'll just bring. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Lolax, you just gotta like lay low a little bit.
This was the point, though.
Unless
you
there's
sure?
a fucking judge.
The
that
point was to have the
by
attention on
mine.
me, so it wasn't on Lolax for being a sorcerer. That was the intended purpose of that. But still, it's like, why is the head of government the one that I have is like sus?
Yep. Now the dice roll.
Well,
Sorry.
I think of
Well-
the questions that I have.
Bobo, do you have anything?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if Bobo says it's okay, then I think it's time for us to move on to the Blue Water Inn.
Give Max our regards.
Yes.
What time is it?
we will.
What time
I
is
was
it,
about to
Morgan?
ask-
Yeah, I was about to be like, Morgan, what time is it?
6 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
It's about 9.
Nine.
Still pretty
Oh, wow,
morning.
early.
Oh, my
Go
goodness.
get breakfast then.
You guys already had breakfast at like 6:30.
Okay, so
Second breakfast.
Did you guys say that in the?
okay, so the question is between the Blue Water and wait. First of all, would the Blue Water Inn even be open in the morning? I guess it is a holiday but with everything that was going on. No, but like typical like taverns and like. Inns.
I typically don't frequent taverns. I don't know.
Is there
Well-
any like shops of oddity maybe that we could gather supplies
We don't
at?
got the money for it, so let's go get a job.
Agree. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
So many people like lurking in a nearby alley that I play dice with.
I would also be into that.
It's Guild's Row. I'm sure there's plenty,
I'm just gonna
as
grab.
well as oddity
I'm
shops.
just gonna grab Bobo's hand and then Hush's hand and then just walk the Kenkus out.
And I think with that,
Stop!
Blue
you
water.
have a lovely day, Mrs.
Blue water.
Morgan.
I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna be like, Bobo, we'll play dice later.
Can I see your crow?
Are we outside the office?
Wait. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna send a message with it.
Oh, wait, are we sending you to the Blue Water?
No, to the Perihelion for him.
Okay, let's try this.
With the coin.
All right, I just take it. I spend 10 minutes, like,
We're all.
It's
just
really
standing
weird
there.
because you step right outside of the law office and there's just
And-
a bunch of people walking in and out and you're just like trying to like, oh, no, you can do it, buddy.
And my crow, I'm feeling all of it, so I'm like,
just whistling to it as we're walking and doing a bunch of shit like
Let's
that.
head along.
And then I'll say the message that I didn't read but handed to you.
Okay.
So now it knows where to go and
Got the coin?
it can fly. And the coin in its talon or in its beak.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Blue
So?
water in it is.
you guys are heading to the Blue Water.
Yeah.
All right. Blue Water is definitely a cop bar.
cop bar?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, like the wait.
you.
Pages
I'm
off
totally
of the
I'm totally down with
in
that.
Everett. It's right by the
No.
community college.
No,
never
I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay, never mind.
All right, you guys go to Griffin Heights, which is basically where a lot of retired law mages and knights and stuff like that stay. And
Lovely.
on one of those
A bunch
corners
of boomer
is Blue Water.
cops.
There is this sign that basically has a waterfall that is painted blue, and there is a light babble coming out of it at about 9:30.
Probably not the best place to play stuff.
All right, well, let's go check the notice board, I guess.
Yeah.
Take a look. You walk in, and it is the most stereotypical, just like, they all kind of just stop talking, turn their heads, look you up and down, and just go back to their mugs. Much more quiet.
Ain't from around here.
Fuck you guys too.
The bartender, though, is a half-orc man who just raises his hand and goes,
Hey,
I've probably been here before.
Yeah, I feel like I would too if they had like a notice board.
No, I just came here for the oysters.
I would probably would have came for the notice board. Like the oysters are secondary.
Like, hello,
howdy, how you doing?
I'm doing. It's been a morning. But we're looking for work.
What kind of work?
I'm gonna pipe in and I'm just gonna see if
when you start a cop.
they recognize me. Do you think that I've been there before?
So Kenkus aren't super
I
common.
match other people's
And if you're looking
accents,
for this kind of
that way
stuff.
they have a better impression of me. I do that in real
If you do a lot of contract work and stuff like that, yeah, this might be a little. The contracts here are a little out of your element, though.
Less like convoy security and hunting, and more like, or what type of contract?
Yeah. Having looked at the contracts before, you know, a lot of them are just like, a lot of things to do with just petty urban crime. Where it's just like things like,
Stuff that it wouldn't be like what I did, like vigilante stuff, right?
no, it's
Okay.
more like Bobby stole this trinket. Please persuade him to give it back by force if necessary.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I guess I'll go like look at the notice board and just kind of like scan through and
looking for 1 or 2 day work. Pays all right. We're trying to get a little bit of cash in before the guild games.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got a few. There's, and he goes to the board. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Wasn't expecting you to hit me with this.
Sorry. Do you want to
It makes logical sense, though.
just like roll like a couple random encounters?
That's legitimately what I'm about to do. I just wanted to be honest with you.
We're also 2 hours in. Maybe we need a short break.
That sounds like a great idea. We're gonna take a break.
seemingly no reason, at least.
All right, welcome back.
hello.
Took a break. I quickly made some maps and encounters, and we're ready to go. You guys were asking about the Nordish bird.
What?
Is that like a different language? Do any of us know it?
Are we talking about Jim Carrey right now?
No, I just having an aneurysm. I'm sorry.
So we are talking about Jim Carrey.
Cool.
Jim Carrey, you want to be a sponsor?
Please.
There's an odd moment.
Why would a single person sponsor us?
Don't discourage them.
Yeah.
It's Jim Carrey. He'll do anything.
Alright.
John Oliver, looking at
So
These Azu.
there's an odd moment where this man turns around, he's looking at the notice board, and he's looking at it, and then he looks over his shoulder and looks at you guys and just starts shaking his head at some of these jobs. And he just goes like, all right, so there are these common jobs, then there's the jobs that I don't put out because, well, let's be honest, Jimmy down the street's not going to deal with skeletons.
Do we got skeletons?
Yes.
Have you ever?
Are we talking
Anybody have
skeletons
experience with
positive or
skeletons?
Skeletons, like the thing that we
Being a
can...
paladin, yes.
Actual
I
skeletons.
may or may not have some.
It seems like you're kind of shit.
So,
My kind of shit?
Yeah, he's speaking spooky.
This stuff. My shit.
there,
What do you mean by that?
I'm all about killing the undead.
He's profiling. I apologize.
Wait, no, hold on.
It's
I'm pretty
something
sure
bars
you have,
common
like,
too.
like a bone or something like on your character.
I am very good at tracking the undead. Yes.
What?
How's that profiling? He's good at tracking the undead.
That's
Hey,
profiling.
I didn't want to assume.
Sometimes correct doesn't mean they're not stereotypes.
Correct.
Fucking shit. What do you think?
I can find a skeleton.
I can tell you where they are.
It's very ominous.
But he can. But
No, I mean, like, I know the room they are in.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
that's doable.
Bobo,
Yeah.
you're out of commission.
Is there like a little sign on it that says "Don't open dead inside"?
Well, it's a family mausoleum,
Oh.
Okay.
and they have not told us why, but there's apparently some necromantic things going on, as a lot of the old family members are getting up out of their tombs.
Sounds right up my.
They're still locked in the mausoleum, though. They've not managed to open it from that side, but they would appreciate if somebody would take care of that issue.
Sounds like right up my alley.
When you say take care of it, do they want like the bodies back, or are they kind of at the point where it's
They
like,
would prefer them back. They actually have two different prices on here for this job. Putting them back to rest, they will give you 500 gold.
Ooh, I see.
But stopping the unrest, if by force, it's a very odd. Oh, it's a Norse hub thing. Okay.
Oh no.
If by force, then they will pay you 250 gold.
50 divided by 5 is
50.
There's also other things. This could have gone up on the other board, but typically
Other board?
The public board?
there's the public board. Then this is my special stuff
A
that I
special
keep
board,
behind.
okay. What pays the
Uh,
most gold?
This one.
Well, actually, no. There's another one that pays more. The one that pays the most gold is that there is somebody in the smelting quarter who has taken over a section of it, and they're just deciding that they make the laws there now. Unfortunately, with everything going on, the Azorius and the Boris have not been able to get to it, but there is a bandit that has a few underlings. So that one actually pays 1,200 gold total.
All right.
what's the math there?
That's a little over 200 apiece.
Yeah, apparently, the reason that this
240.
was on the public board and I took it off because people weren't coming back.
Okay.
I like the sound of this.
I kind of
1,200
I kind of
total.
want to go deal with the skeleton and put him to rest. That seems like that would be easier than.
What's
Lolax,
the third?
Lolax,
Was there?
250
There is a third.
compared to 1,200.
There's one more.
No,
We
that's
got one
fine.
more
We Put
option.
him to rest.
The entire neighborhood of sorry, Andrew's actually having a brain fart at the moment, not this guy. The entire neighborhood of Griffin Heights has actually put together a bit of a sum. There is a very large rat in the neighborhood that they can't seem to corner. But it is like killing house pets and
Oh my god.
the like, and eating them. So,
Yep.
Do you think you could speak to it?
Maybe? I don't know if it's something we can.
Be like,
Like-
hey man,
What the fuck?
cool.
I can. I 100% can.
So the sightings are mainly at night, so it's a little bit harder to see. The times that they've been scared away from a kill, and this is the reason I don't have it on the public board, is that a lot of the injuries don't seem congruent with teeth or claws. They seem to fly, almost like a weapon was used.
Interesting.
Rat sword.
What do you think would be the most like a guild pack game? We're trying to practice for that.
Oh,
All of them.
honestly, they all deal with a little bit of it.
How much is the rat again?
That one's 200.
Mm.
That much, bro.
Yeah.
The bandit 1,200.
I think we should do the bodies and try to put them to rest and see what we can do there.
Do you think
And-
that the bandit would be available?
We got a bunch of smooth
not going
talkers.
anywhere.
I think.
Well,
we
like
might
I said, I
make a
took it
bigger
off the
dent
board
in the
because-
bodies and
Oh, it's off the
than we
board.
would.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not on the
have a
public
camp.
board anymore because nobody
But we
came
got
back.
some very talkative folk.
Oh,
You can do things
Nobody-
like suggest.
wait. Nobody came back from taking the bandit one. So, yeah, we should maybe wait for that a little bit.
If we wait, it might get taken care of.
How many people went to the bandit?
Well, we weren't the only one to get this posting. So from some of my other friends, I think like 3 other groups were sent.
That's ominous.
4 is the lucky number. That's us.
That's not how it works.
No.
That said, there's a reason they were not practicing for the Guild Pet Games.
Okay.
Which it sounds like you guys are. Good luck. What's
Thanks.
going on with that?
What do you mean?
We
what's
want
going
more
on with that?
money, so
We're
No, I get that. That wasn't the question. It was more like we haven't heard here. When are they doing it still?
It's a
When?
week
Oh,
from
they're-
yesterday,
yeah,
so 6
so-
days from now.
6
Oh.
days from now. Yeah. So we got some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I think we should do the undead one. I think we should put him back to rest.
It feels weird to be the one to like give the barkeeper news.
I don't like it as much as you do.
Have you not played this game?
Game?
I thought we were going to games.
Game.
The
Yeah.
good
I-
games.
Kind of.
Oh.
No, I have not. I have not participated in the Guild Pet Games. No. I like all my appendages.
I like most of mine.
I'm down for I'm down for rats or for skeletons. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe come back. Maybe if we have time, we can take care of a bandit. Boy.
I think
Do you know
things that
anybody
are already
holy
dead
fact?
are easy to kill.
Yeah. Me.
Yeah. Do you think we could put some like? How do we put people to rest?
We could do it. We could try to do it nicely because
Which-
it pays twice as much.
Which way?
Like
was
the
it
ninth
nicely?
way, where they go to heaven. I think.
Or they go back to
Or
sleep. They go
at
back
least
to
where they
sleep.
belong.
Let me find
Mhm.
out if I have a way I can do that.
Wouldn't smite?
I recommend like warm bedding. Tea.
We could talk with it. Maybe.
Did you take ceremony?
Who would take ceremony? That sounds lame.
Somebody who wants to cleanse spirits.
I took ceremony as a
Combat
cleric.
paladin. Combat paladin, not a.
Would you know anyone who is capable of like putting the dead back?
There's plenty of priests.
There
It's a-
were not many paladins in the Boros. I was kind of a.
If honestly, if we
Oh,
get a scroll
I
of
don't know.
ceremony,
In my
I
region-
might be able to cast it whenever
Oh,
we
okay,
need.
I
Hey,
don't-
barkeep.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
barkeep.
don't
You
know.
have any priests in the area?
In the area? Well, do you want blue or red?
Red.
Yeah, blue. Blue sounds good.
Blue?
Oh,
I know a few.
Do you-
They're kind of retired.
Mm.
We would also have to split the gold.
Well, I mean, how hard could it be? We could read some books on this, right? Like you probably have some holy symbols,
I like books.
right?
if we get a scroll of it, I might be able to just cast it whenever we need to. I could
Yeah,
say
maybe we could go pay somebody to like give us a scroll of something. I don't know.
that
Uh,
might be expensive though,
Roll me an intelligence check.
like a couple hundred.
My favorite skill.
Mhm.
Intelligence, just straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe if we got the rat, we'd have enough gold to get the
5.
Oh
scroll.
my god.
That seems like a reasonable idea.
Do you know of any temples? Wait, would temples have? Yeah,
There's plenty of temples around here that I would know of.
Where's the closest
There's,
temple?
We could probably check in Selesnya for.
well, there's the Conclave. They don't really have.
Well,
There are a few temples to Palor. There's around here a temple to Arathis. Further into the city, there's also Lathander, as well as Avandra.
so you're familiar with undead, right? Because you say that you know how to track them and stuff. Have you ever seen one?
Yeah,
Are they able to speak?
didn't care to ask. I kind of was in charge of killing them.
You can roll a nature check at advantage. because this has to do with undead.
Okay. Uh, 17.
17. You know that there are multiple levels of undead, so typical skeleton stuff like that probably are not going to be talking. That said, the stronger the undead gets, the more sentience they still retain. There's a possibility of it. If they're just talking about skeletons and that's all they're saying that they are, probably not. They're probably not home anymore.
Okay. So, no, they probably wouldn't be much for talking. And this would be more of the kind that I would just knock over and they kind of turn
See,
into
what
a
I was
dog.
thinking is, like, if they're back, they're probably back for, like, a reason, and maybe if we can figure out the reason and solve it, maybe then their business is finished.
Unless it's
Maybe
necromancy.
it's less of a reason and more of a source.
Well, even if we know the source, we could probably deal with it, but as long as it, like, puts them to rest.
If we could kill or defeat or stop whatever is causing this, then that should lay them to rest. But we'd have to figure out what that is first without destroying it.
Well, they're locked in a room right now, so we could probably, knock on the door and see if there's...
I could go see if there's any signs of anything around that could have tampered with the what's it called again? Mausoleum? Or
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum? Yeah.
We
Could have
could
messed with the mausoleum from the outside.
we could definitely investigate before we forcefully lay them to rest.
Sounds like the skeletons is probably the way to go then.
And
So
then it's probably an easy fight. We could still get the 250.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We could try the good way, and if the good way doesn't work, I don't think we'll have much problem with the other way, unless something really powerful is bringing them back. But I don't think so. This seems pretty small scale.
Well, how would we
Well-
tell if there's something bringing them back, or if, like, they're spirits?
we can
They
investigate.
said-
I can scan for magical signatures. He can do undead detecting
So-
shenaniganry maybe.
So you can, like, check for stuff, and then if you see a sign, you'll know? Or, like, I'm
I
not
have a
familiar with...
I have
Kinda
a spell that'll let me see if there's anything magical going on, so I'll just be able to see if there's a magic effect or a magic item.
Well, imagine if they're, like, what if they're a spirit? How would you know if they're a spirit versus, like, if they're raised, or...
He would know because he's an expert in these things,
I
perhaps.
can also hear and smell better than the average Kenku.
Hey, wait a minute.
I can also detect anything going on other than just the dead people.
Sounds like we got a lot of tools. and-
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's just. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna go for the.
I can help figure
So-
things out.
Well-
I can't necessarily easily lay them to rest.
Okay.
In
Well,
that case, I'm going to go ahead and just give this to you. He's going to hand you the flyer.
We got the undead flyer.
It has the name Darshana Shao on it.
Darshana Shao.
Is that the person who posted the...
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the contact for it and an address.
And I assume this
in
is
Plaza West.
first name Darshana.
Yes.
Okay.
cool. Well,
Also, just for reference, what time is it? Noon?
At this point, about 11.
Do you guys want to like try their brunch stuff while we're here?
well, I guess-
Second brunch? Hell yeah.
And I make a good steak and eggs.
Yeah, that's my kind of brunch.
Do you
We want to be full for...
do you do a
contract.
chicken fried steak?
Now I want to.
Oh, I have the barge?
Oh man, I'm gonna get a
Which
bug
is
in
a
it.
chicken fried steak covered in gravy with some potatoes and a very big biscuit on top.
Okay, can we stop talking
I'm
about
gonna
food?
take I keep like a rope for the things I'm hunting.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna take that out and be like, I have meat already if you'd like to cook this.
It's okay, Bobo. I think they have enough supplies in the kitchen. But it's very kind of you to offer. Thank you,
Would you
though.
give him
It's going
would you give him
bad.
a,
I need
would you give him a
We can smoke it maybe tonight
Thank you.
if that works.
would you give him a discount if you cooked his meat?
No.
In fact, I would charge more because that's not going on my griddle.
All right, I think we're good with the barge.
All right. So 5 barges.
Sure.
Anybody want to split?
How much is
Uh,
it?
It's
I
like
have-
3 copper each.
I'll split. I'll split with
Alright,
you,
cool.
Lolex.
No, I need it all to myself.
IRL, I'm dying on the inside, but in character, I feel like I'm. I already had like.
Are you feeling peckish?
I'm pecked already.
I'll just
I'm
cover
pecked
it.
if you know what I mean.
Peckish.
I'll just plop down 2 silver.
Thank you kindly. All right.
Gonna fill our stomachs and then.
Inventory.
All right, you have it. It is hearty. It sits like a brick in your stomach, but in almost that contented way.
Denny's.
No, better than Denny's.
Fuck off.
More like
Denny's is
Totem.
great.
What would Bobo be served?
Boba would be served a chicken fried steak covered in gravy with potatoes on the side and a biscuit face down on top.
I'd probably send it back and ask for like less seasonings. Wow.
The guy looks at you very confused. He's just, what? Less seasoning?
He's
It's
he's
a
not.
very basic, what?
The gravy's spicy.
Wait, Boba, what exactly is the issue with the food? If you
It's so like overwhelming and
He's not. He's very new to like cooked food. So, let me see it. I have something I can do for it.
He looks sad, but not because you're upset with the food, but for you. He hands you the food and he goes like, do you guys need more at home?
No, he's recently essentially been in.
It's
I've
different.
only been recently started cooking for him. So I'm showing him a new restaurant and just
I'm just
wiping his
this is how I like my food.
That's not even food.
It's pre-food. It's pre-food.
Trust me,
No,
he has.
food.
He doesn't even have an iron gut. It's like a adamantine. That he eats things that I don't think are supposed to
Like,
be.
can I just
He'd
get the
be-
chicken?
You'd be really easily impressed and want to come
I
back.
will. I'll pull out my
I have a chicken fried steak.
my
It's just
my
fried steak
magical
part.
pouch of spices that I bartered with you for. So I have a magic item that lets me pull out a pinch of spices of whatever kind of spices I need.
And it's like negative spice.
It's flour.
Negative spice.
I'm basically gonna pull out flour and cast Prestidigitation to make it taste slightly rancid and reduce the overall like seasonings. So it's just like
Did you not
gravy,
like it?
chicken.
I don't think Bobo would be used to eating like normal people food.
It'd be interesting to try though.
So it
And
just
he did. And he was
it
like,
just
"This is insane." I
Oh,
can't eat it.
you couldn't comprehend it.
Good
Like,
So-
fucking god.
so I'm casting Prestidigitation while pretending to season it, and then handing it to Bobo. Be
Boiling.
Like, that should taste better. Please let me know if you'd like me to try anything else.
I think it would smell more like the food that I cook, and then
Probably.
but it's probably
Cook.
just, as long as it's like sustenance. I can,
Consume.
just season it with maggots or something.
No, I just changed the flavor a bit with magic.
Fucking god.
So you guys have brunch. It's a hearty meal. Bobo, yours is customized by Sail to make it more palatable. And you guys make your way after that to Plaza West.
Yeah.
All right. So when you guys walk up to the address, and you look at it, this house is huge. It is a monolith of like Gothic design. There's wrought iron gates on the outside, and there is, oddly enough, like deep green grass on the other side, which you guys live in a desert.
I'm thinking we can get more than 500 gold for this.
Maybe.
Should we call up?
Just
Okay, before we go in, we need to decide like on a group. name.
500 is a lot.
A group name.
lot. 250 is a lot. But
Wait,
500
we need to decide on a group
lot.
name.
Yeah, we need to decide
We
on a
have to do
group
this
name so
right
we're a
now.
unified front. And I'm just gonna put this forward. We're going to fight ghosts.
The
No,
Ghostbusters.
No.
I swear to God.
No.
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 I will leave right. I'll like get in my car.
The session is
I
done.
don't trust on ghosts.
The Ghostbusters on me, bro.
All right.
Is it a permanent name?
No, I was just thinking that it would be nice to have something other than
Adventures.
yeah. All right, why don't don't we chew on Ghostbusters for a bit?
We're not even busting ghosts, so
I'm just gonna try to open.
You
Ghost,
can't use it some flesh wielders.
There's
Maybe?
no-
the
there's
ghost,
Just saying.
ghost punchers.
No, they're not ghosts.
Skeletons aren't ghosts. Wait, hold on. What can we talk about?
There's no ghosts.
The bone punchers.
The boners.
Oh,
No.
Give me a dice. Give me a dice.
Just one dice.
No. One of those.
Wait, for what?
I mean it. I'm tired of your shit.
You get.
The bone.
Okay, there's a story behind that. We play a lot of For the King, and there's literally an enemy called Boner.
I threw it.
What'd you roll?
I don't know.
you can take another one.
Stop. I'm so sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna open the Iron Rock Gate if it allows for it.
Borderlands.
There's this like very loud shriek. It definitely needs to be oiled, but it does open.
All right, so we've gone to the mausoleum now. Is that what happened?
No, we're
You're
going
going to
to
the
the
front
house to talk to the person who owns the mausoleum.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
So she'll be there? Or is
Wait,
is this like a contract for an
why
event?
don't we talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I think you might have more fun if you were like playing together outside.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my loot. I'm gonna like motion for Bobo and Thak. And is Fashion with us?
No,
Okay.
Madison is still at the bar.
Okay, so I'm gonna motion
don't
for.
let the kid alone at the bar. Yeah, he's with.
Yeah, he's drinking right
He's
now.
with me. He's fine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
You
motion.
sure you don't want me in on this conversation? I'm the paladin. Is all I'm saying. That's all.
I think.
okay.
I think having.
I think we need somebody to watch the Kankus.
That's a good idea.
They're racist, bro. They're fucking racist. Okay, I'm gonna like sit down, pull out my loot.
What's your charisma?
Not
What's your charisma?
negative one.
Pretty meta shit right there, David.
Yeah, bro, we don't metagame here. Anyways, I'm gonna like sit down, pull out my loot, and then motion for.
Metagaming if it's also roleplay.
And then I'm gonna motion for Bobo and Thak to sit down next to me in the lush green grass, like under a nice tree. I'm assuming
Yeah.
there's a nice tree.
100%.
Like leaning up against a tree, just like.
I'll go up to where he's motioning.
Stand there rigidly.
Yeah.
I look up, I get scared, I keep playing my loot to distract myself.
It's gonna
All
watch.
right. So
Just watch.
what's the plan here? We're getting information and seeing if we can get a better price. Is that the
More
play?
information, maybe a better price, and should I pretend to be somebody else, like a cleric or something?
No, I think us having a holy paladin and
Okay.
an undead hunter outside.
Zach,
If we can see them
can you
from
come
the
over here real
window.
Gladly.
is there any questions that we should 100% for sure ask?
That any of you can think of.
Did you see anybody weird they've never seen in the mausoleum before?
Okay.
Is there somebody who's taken specific interest in the fact that there's bodies buried there?
Have any items entered recently?
Yes.
Does anybody have any necrotic abilities?
Yeah. Does your family have any?
Necromantic
Does your family have any history with necromancy? Any history at all? And was there any strange things that came into the mausoleum as new exhibits or
So-
anything like that?
Basically, has anything new entered the mausoleum? Has anyone expressed interest in the mausoleum?
Vendettas against the family, probably.
Or is there any history of necromancy? Both.
Has there been any
Towards the
changes to the place that happened around the time this started?
Also,
The
I'm
basic
just gonna
kinda
like
questions.
gesture at the what? I'm assuming it's almost like a mansion in this area, right?
It's definitely in the state.
Like in a
It's very
state. I'm just
large
gonna like
house.
motion to it, and I'm gonna be like, "Would anybody want anything from them?"
No.
Yes.
Gold.
I think
You're
Vendetta covers that.
not stealing.
Not necessarily. No, like I'm saying, not like would anybody. I'm just saying like would anybody like have special interest in them in general, not necessarily
Okay,
Vendetta,
I thought you
but
were
like
saying,
would they
does
be?
anybody want anything?
Yeah, no.
from
Would
these
it be a
people?
target? Because like that's one thing that I did.
Yeah,
was I was like a
is
convoy
there anything
protection.
special inside the monolith?
Yeah,
Or
no.
inside the mausoleum?
Okay.
All right, hush. I think we need to establish some ground rules. If you steal something, I'm gonna pretend to be disapproving while I'm actually not, but you need to not let him know that you stole something, and maybe not either of them as well.
I'm just very like
not steal stuff.
disapprovingly. I'm gonna be like, who do you think I am? Is it because I'm like? Is it because we like?
No,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
they are
point out,
mischievous.
on our way back home to the tavern, you tried to steal from that nice shopkeeper.
He was not there.
Now I know though, motherfucker.
I was in earshot of this.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back down.
Should've.
Massive disapproving look.
He's literally giving you dad face.
All right,
Sorry,
I think
Dad.
we probably have enough questions, and if that's all that we need to ask, then let's make sure that we take notes while we're there too. We can relay them back.
We'll try to be pleasant and
Yeah,
make them like us.
I was thinking maybe I could, ask them about the good word, stuff like that. But
I'm gonna go while they're inside, asking questions. I was gonna go
Sniff
scour the
around.
property.
Okay.
Sniff around.
You guys want to
enough.
sniff around while we
that's a good idea.
around
Yeah,
the mausoleum?
Sure. I would probably be able to detect anything
Is there like
magical.
a big gate around the mausoleum?
So you guys are kind of in the front yard, and it would go back around through the side yard, and there's a smaller gate, but it's still the same wrought iron design. So from where you're at, you can actually see that there's a small graveyard with a mausoleum.
Maybe we
on
should
it.
ask if they can go onto
Got
the
it.
grounds as well and just like check stuff out while we're talking.
Yeah, I was about to say if it's like an estate that's gated, maybe we should ask for permission.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
There are also a few other outbuildings.
do we stay on the outside of the gate or go
Cool.
inside?
Well, I think we're good to go ahead and start
If
walking
you-
up.
If you want to like just wait, and then that'd be like the first thing we ask.
That's fine.
And then if you give me your crow, I can have your crow tell you.
Just say
Or
that.
did we already sent the
You
crow?
can just say that you have a.
Yeah, the crow is gone.
You can just say that you have a. No, we'll just stand nearby and just say we have a paladin. And
Just give
whatever.
us a signal.
Go investigate and whatever.
Give us
Well,
a signal.
maybe they'll have like a servant or something that we can like send
Yeah.
over or something.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go knock at the front door.
Yeah.
So you three hang back, kind of in the middle of the yard, and then we'll go knock at the front door.
All right.
Just a half.
You knock at the
with some
front door,
birds.
and there's about 2-3 minutes pass, and then on the other side of the door, you can hear footsteps. And the door finally opens up to this taller, not Goliath woman, sorry, this taller stone genasi, earth genasi woman, who has these pebbles that are kind of going back like braids down the back of her head. And she's wearing all black, has a black veil on. This is very obviously mourner's clothes. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. We're here about the job posting, and we're gonna point to Sayo. I think he has the actual paper.
We have a poster regarding some mausoleum troubles.
Man,
Hand that over.
she'll look it over, double check that everything's how it should be, and hand it back to you. Yes.
So we would just like to first inquire. We have a holy paladin and an undead hunter and somebody who can do a bit of scoping out of the terrain. We'd like them to go do some investigating while we have a conversation about this. Would that be okay with you?
Yes, I would prefer it, though, if you do not enter into the servants' quarters, the outhouses, and things like that. Please keep it to the graveyard and mausoleum.
Yeah.
Is there like an escort that is necessary, or can we just have our friends? I'm gonna point backwards, like go around the house.
They can go ahead and just go back.
And I
Our
probably
help is not currently here.
Okay. In that case, we're just gonna turn around and kind of just like gesture, like go around the house.
thumbs up.
Yep.
And
Start walking.
I would have communicated ahead of time that unless you guys can detect magic, probably try not to touch anything.
Again.
Until one of us can get over there that can. I don't know.
Oh.
if we can.
So
I don't-
I would be attuned to like. No, I wouldn't even technically be attuned to faith. You know what undead is. You know what?
I can
No,
detect.
I can do
almost.
Fey, Fiends, or Undead.
Oh, perfect. I just think I know what Faye is.
And I can detect anything affected by the hollow
fanboy.
spell, celestial
Fey
fiend.
Oh, Taku, actual Japanese person. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I can detect anything affected by the hollow spell, any celestial fiend, undead.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk with you guys.
And then I just have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing and smell.
As well as knowledge checks that deal with
So,
other stuff.
No, it's a different thing.
Your class and your race are like your class bonus is undead bonuses.
Huh?
Because
Tenku.
you're a blood hunter.
Yeah,
Oh, blood hunter.
that's what I'm saying.
You spec into undead blood hunt, so you have advantage on knowledge checks for undead.
No, very specifically, blood hunters just have advantage on knowledge checks dealing with Fey, Fiends, Undead.
Yeah, and then
So like
that was a
history,
different,
nature, that kind of stuff.
but that's a different skill than the advantage on the
Correct.
Perception.
Okay.
perception.
Well, I think we're all good on the rules there, then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna pop my divine sense right away.
All right, I'm
So-
going to deal with these guys really quick.
Okay.
Okay. Wrap back
Cool.
in. So she would usher you guys through, and there's this nice foyer with a bit of a sitting room. As you walk in, there's a lot of just slate decor. A lot of the floor is made of a nice white marble, black marble, white marble, black marble checkered board, and the stones are made of very polished slate. And she kind of ushers you to a seat. The seats themselves are very rigid. As you sit down, you realize there's no cushioning.
Yep.
This is
That
definitely
checks out.
This is a sitting room to do business, and they do not want you to stay long.
Okay. So we'll be pretty quick here. We just have like a couple of questions, and then we're gonna join our friends and see what they might have seen here.
Of course.
But you mentioned that the help isn't around. Is there a reason for that?
Well, with the activities going on and due to their proximity,
It wouldn't be safe.
correct. I didn't feel comfortable keeping them in a disadvantageous position.
And how long has the recent activity been going on for? It sounds like this was abrupt and sudden to us, but maybe that's not the case.
Well, it started off slowly with some random sounds throughout the night, and then when we did our first scope in there, there was only 3 undead. We are currently counting at 6.
Have they been like dealt with before physically and come back, or is it they
No.
slowly grew over time?
It was an issue that slowly grew over time.
Okay.
I asked my guild for assistance, but unfortunately they were not able to come out in time, so I had to use other means.
I'm familiar with how long things can take, unfortunately. So you said it started with 3, then?
Correct.
Who were the former family members, I'm presuming?
It started with my grandmother and grandfather, as well as my great uncle.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about them? Like, what kind of people were they? Were they like quiet? Were they like
Is there a reason they could have been targeted for this kind of a thing occurring?
Unfortunately, yes. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know why. And she will pull out this very, very old piece of paper. It almost looks like vellum. And so my great uncle used to run this estate, but he kind of fell afoul with the Orzhov and wound up in a bit of debt. It looks as though his time has elapsed with them and he's paid his debt fully. So I'm assuming he has returned to his body, but obviously he's no longer alive. So while I do not believe that there is a necromancer or anything running around, I'm assuming, and she will kind of proffer this forward onto the table, that there may have been a bit of a loophole or an unchecked T or dotted I in the paperwork that was done.
So you think that your great uncle he has unfinished business in like a contract that's like binding even an undeath?
The Orzhov are like They are the white-black faction. They are holy, but also like evil. They are just merchants, and the ruling council of them are 5 ghosts. They essentially deal with like souls and money.
Okay.
And
Well, that seems like a very strong indicator for probably what's going on here.
yeah,
So, what do I see on this paper? Like, what language would it be in?
It's in Celestial.
Okay.
Nope.
I speak Abyssal, Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Oh, we both speak primordial.
Yeah. So none of those. So I wouldn't recognize what that said. Is there like a translation that would be available to us?
Well, I am part of the. We have a train going by. Sorry.
Choo choo, my version.
I am currently an advocate with the Orzhov, and I have attempted to look for it in the files, and most files like this are only kept in this format.
Okay. Cool. Well, maybe one of our friends can read it. If not, then we'll find out what's going on there. And so they all appeared at the same time then, like your grandpa, your grandma, and your great uncle.
Kind of would, yeah.
As far as we know,
Okay.
we do know that there was some sounds, and we left it alone because, well, it's not too uncommon with the help and everything running around that some odd things happen from time to time. But we it got a little bit more than we could handle, so then we finally looked into it.
Okay. And who's the other 3 then?
The other 3, my mother and father, as well as my sister.
Padre.
So, do they also have contracts that have?
No.
But they've been also.
Byproduct.
In fact, my grandparents and my parents were all in very good standing with the Orzhov when they died.
Mm,
Has there been any recent deaths in the family?
Yes. My son died during the attacks on the Augustin station. But
That was after all this stuff had started happening.
correct, I have elected not to inter him because of it.
I see. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
unless you have any other relevant information, I imagine we have a job to get to. Might be for negotiation than anything, it sounds like. So,
Negotiation.
is it possible to communicate?
Oh, you mean with them?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, money on the brain.
Same.
We've attempted,
Do you have
and
money problems? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you just mentioned that money. I just want to make sure that.
it's my job. For one thing, is I am now the person that writes up these contracts. So it is something I think about frequently. And honestly, yes, there is a bit of an issue. But nothing to concern yourself about.
Okay, but
You will be able to, I am able to pay.
oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm just wondering if there's like possibly somebody that it might be doing this for monetary reasons. I don't mean to overextend our welcome here, but
I understand.
it's very apparent that your family has wealth.
Yes, and had maybe more of an apt term. I currently no longer have an heir, and the Orzhov owns quite a bit of this, rather than we do. Living here was a bit more of a perk as being part of the guild. And with me digging around about this contract, they have pulled funding. So I have some savings of my own, which is what I'll be paying you guys out of. And I'll have to figure out what's going on that end, but that shouldn't concern you.
Okay. I think with that, we'll go meet up with our friends, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Once we step outside, when like the doors close, they're not listening. Them pulling funding because of an inquiry is a bad sign.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to say anything in there, but yeah, that's kind of suspicious. But we have the vellum paper, right?
Yeah, she'll let you keep it.
We should see if Thack can read Celestial. He might be able to.
That seems like a thing a holy paladin would know
Yeah,
to do.
you know, honestly, if he couldn't read it, then like I would
kind
be,
of embarrassing.
yeah, it would be kind of embarrassing.
Really
You know,
embarrassing.
God might even let him roll like a religion check to see if he understands it. Oh wait, not proficient.
Combat paladin. Okay.
Look,
Typical.
my battle priest still knew medicine.
I had 3 languages to pick, and not one of them did I decide
was-
to pick
I
Celestial.
was so close to picking
I picked
Celestial.
Goblin, Draconic, and I think Fiend.
I'm kind of
I don't ask questions. My God says
Or
to
in
fight.
Common Draconic, it's still been.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I am.
I'm
I'm kind of just taking
I'm a
the
beat
piss.
stick
I
with
can cast
magic
a spell
perks,
to read it.
basically.
fucking sail.
Oh, I can
I
speak
was gonna
giant.
ask about that.
Yeah,
Well,
So where?
what does
it's
it
gonna
cost?
take 10 minutes.
Well, it takes 10 minutes. Do you need any like components or anything for it?
I got a crystal.
While you guys figure that stuff out, going with you guys, you walk around the back side of the house after getting the okay, and there are plenty of tombstones. None of them actually have the name of this house, though. None of them have the Shao name to it. They're all apparently like help. That is, lived and died here.
Lovely.
But the mausoleum itself has a very large, it says Shao in primordial. You walk up to it, and Bubba, with your kind of acute hearing, you can actually hear what sounds like scraping and scratching further in.
The
Mausoleum.
mausoleum.
Mhm.
Well, we know there's skeletons in there already. I'd be looking around on the outside, like in the dirt, and see if there's any like tracks around the front that look like they're going inward, but not outward. Or something that looks unhuman.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
16.
16. You take a moment and look, and you see that there is some fairly recent activity, but nothing like today or yesterday. It looks more like a week old, you would guess, as some of the grass has started to come back over and grow back where these ruts were kind of made. That being said, it does look like at one point in time a wagon was pushed up to it,
Okay.
kind of to the stairs of the mausoleum, and then left.
Does it have potions on it?
The wagon's not currently there.
Does it look like the tracks of a potion cart?
With 16, you're unsure.
Can I insight?
I don't think David and I would be there, or Lex and I would be there.
Yeah.
No, you're not. I'm using his check.
We're still on you.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Can you give a big old sneef?
Do I smell anything suspicious?
Give me a perception check at advantage.
Real shame to get a 1 right now.
I can't read my hand, but... Oh, so it's 18.
18. You smell, and
It's the salt grinder.
there's this like distinct smell of rot coming from the inside of here, and you would know that's wrong for a mausoleum, and like how thick the walls and everything are. That they're supposed to be almost airtight once you close them, right? So the fact that you can smell rot from this side of it, even with your enhanced smell, and how pungent it actually is questionable.
Extra stank.
So it's been opened, probably. Obviously. because the carriage pulled up, the corpses aren't fresh anymore.
Probably a pretty
Would it-
astute assumption. Like,
Would there be any openings, like any door slightly askew, like windows broken, any entrances?
Yeah, it's a very standard mausoleum, so it has a stone door, and there's no
Hmm.
windows or anything to it.
Cool.
So the stone door seems pretty securely shut. In fact, there's actually been a bar installed on your guys' side to make sure it stays shut because they know there's undead down there.
I'll use my divine sense. So anything within 60 feet, I can detect the location of celestial fiend, undead, and anything affected by the hollow spell.
All right,
Do you have primordial awareness? Is that a thing?
primal awareness,
No, I do not.
and you should.
Huh?
Him, not you.
Oh, okay.
I do
Um,
have primeval. Yeah, primeval awareness.
My bad. I incorrected you. You key in on this and take a moment to kind of meditate over it, and there is 7 undead signatures.
What does it? Is it just? What does it reveal?
Let's see. Basically, just to use detect good and evil, and I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
So you know the location.
I know that I can sense how many there are and roughly where they're at.
So mine does not reveal any location. It just tells me if there's anything that is
Within a mile.
aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. So
Within a mile.
Within a mile.
Yeah,
Yours is better for like overland tracking.
yeah. Where mine is close proximity.
so I would know what you were doing, right?
So wait for them to come up and talk to us.
No, you guys can like do
Oh.
your investigation.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
poking and prodding.
Well, would I know what you were doing?
Not really.
Okay.
Probably
would you
not.
tell us?
I would tell you that I'm about to do this.
Okay. So
You would see me like clasp my holy symbol and stuff, and
Yeah, on the outside looking in, you would see Zach kind of grabs on his holy symbol, and as he reopens his eyes, there's kind of this white mist coming off the sides of it, as well as the the hairs on his arms are kind of starting to stick up.
then I'll relay that I sent 7 undead presences out of there.
how far does that sense?
It went at a maximum of 60 feet, and I sent 7.
It seems pretty squarely in the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Okay. So mausoleum, there's not like any weird. Well, typically there's not any weird tunnels or anything going to
Never
something.
know.
Typically, no.
Typically,
It's a large estate.
no. Okay. I'm gonna just trust that.
So I think I might be able to do.
I imagine. As about we'll walk back in now. Like, I need to focus on a spell for 10 minutes, so you guys keep doing your investigations.
Do you need anything?
I'll just kind of explain like the questions that we asked, and I took notes while I was in there, and like relay it back to them. So there should be like 6 undead things in here, and there's
7.
Wait, it's 6?
yeah. So it's supposed to be their great uncle, their
Wait.
grandpa, their grandpa, the mother, the father, and then the sister.
I sent 7.
So
There's an additional.
there's something
one
here
more.
that shouldn't be here, and
According-
probably
What is-
one of them is not
what
like
is
the
it?
others.
According to her,
According to her, yeah.
that there was 6. I sent 7.
You
Well-
said it was undead though.
Yeah, she said there should be 6. I
Six
sent
skeletons.
7.
So
She
it wouldn't
said there should be
a
6
necromancer
skeletons,
or anything.
But there could be
right?
7.
It's
undead
strictly
things
undead.
in there.
Yeah.
Like a
well,
necromancer wouldn't give off undead.
either way, that doesn't add up. And
Likely
there's something
not.
in there that
Maybe
is unaccounted for.
Unless they
I could try to
themselves
go
are
in
dead.
and take a look without touching anything. Or
Oh yeah, because we were told not to touch anything.
Well,
Can we touch anything? yet?
Well, we can.
She requested we don't go inside any of the servants' quarters or anything like that.
But we can go in the mausoleum.
Yeah, we can go in there if we need to, but we should
Deal with
definitely.
that thing. Are there any windows or anything? I'm assuming not.
We
No.
should probably talk about everything before we go guns blazing. So,
You want me to go back and talk to her and say I felt the presence of 7?
no, I think that we should.
like bullshit.
I think we should talk about what you guys have found, and then we can tell you what we found.
Okay.
And what we found is, or what we talked about anyway, is that there should be 6 in there, and that's not the case.
Yep.
We also have a contract from the Orzhov, which is written in Celestial, which is what, and then I'm just going to point to Sail, who's over in the corner, trying to figure out what it says. But he could, the great uncle could have been in a contract that wasn't fully fulfilled and came back to fulfill on that contract. But when she sent an inquiry about that to the Orzhov, they pulled all the funding for the entire grounds.
I mean, I can give it a shot and see if I can read it, but
Well, that's what Sail's doing right now. Is
Oh, okay.
he's casting a spell to be able to read it.
got it.
So what have you guys found so far besides the 7?
There was a carriage brought up to the Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
The Colosseum.
The Sovereign Love.
Okay, so
Bravo,
carriage.
bravo.
What was in the
And-
carriage?
There was a carriage here.
Okay.
We can send 7 things inside the building, but there's only 6 to talk about.
Okay. Anything else weird?
Pungent odor.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I can smell it, and that's not right. I'm guessing it's because it wasn't airtight. But there's a lot of rot.
So it's supposed to be 6 skeletons, right?
Yeah.
Skeletons shouldn't smell.
I mean, that's a good point.
And there's 7.
Well, I guess it depends on like
I know
what
if
the,
skeletons smell.
Well, what would you know about that? Like,
Well,
what might be
Properly
undead
interred
but
body.
rotting?
Roll
If
nature
there,
check.
so there was a carriage brought somewhat recently, right? There's 7 in there now. There's supposed to be 6. Did somebody put something else in there?
could they have just been grave robbers?
Well,
though?
their son recently died, but
Yikes.
she said specifically that she didn't
You
want
have
to bring
advantage
it.
because it's about undead.
So
She said she didn't want to bring him in there because of all this stuff that's going
Yeah,
on. So
we-
it wouldn't have gotten. In.
we shouldn't. Well, somebody could have snuck something in there. We don't know.
6.
Well, it's barred up.
There's a tunnel.
Real quick. You stop and you think about skeletons, and typically by the time they hit skeleton, they no longer smell because there's nothing left. There's nothing really rotting anymore.
So the fact that
Zombies stink.
Yeah.
the fact that he smells a really pungent odor is worrisome, especially with there being one more in there than it's supposed to be.
Can a zombie bite a dead body?
It could bite it. Would it do anything? Probably not.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna ask you because both of you, Thak and Bobo. Is there anything like that we can do to protect ourselves against like the undead if
Kill
we
it
wanted to
first.
go in there?
Kill it first. Skeletons really shouldn't be able to do much to us, but if there is
Well-
a zombie in there, that's the only thing.
It's
that's
double the
troubling.
price if we can
Yeah.
resolve this without killing them. So I'd rather avoid
But we have to
that.
cleanse them
They're
all, right?
they are likely
Well, yeah.
not
Purge
very
the undead.
physically strong, so restrainment is an option.
That's a good point.
But there is also still more of them than there is us. So
yeah, we could only
unless
retrieve
there's
5 of the 7.
unless there's something that we can do to restrain multiple
Well-
at once, it might not be an option, but it is something we can do.
So I have the ability to like grab somebody, but it does damage to them, and I'd be worried about like.
They're not going to be very durable.
But I can also cast invisibility on a couple of us.
Okay.
I'm a sneaky boy.
So if we wanted to do some like scouting first before we, if we need to see the inside, and I kind of think we do.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. Let's see.
So I
And the
guess
only other thing-
Sail, is there anything that you've been able to read?
The only other thing I could do is detect
Would,
magic.
10 minutes have gone by yet.
We can go and say that. Yeah.
All right.
You take the rest of your 10 minutes, and as you're looking this over, it seems very standard. Apparently, this man, at one point in time, borrowed quite a bit of money, started a business. That's what he was allotted to,
Okay.
and essentially what it says is that in place of deferred payment, continued service will be accepted in the form of undeath until the third generation.
So that was the great uncle. Right?
Until the third generation.
This is the
The
third
child
generation.
just died.
Right. Upon the time that the third generation is born, alive or dead, you will be returned to your body.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the end, right?
I'm not sure. I
There's a
understand.
bunch of more legal jargon that I'm not going to run you guys through, but that is the important part.
So he was, my understanding of it is he was brought back because his debt was not paid off. But now that they are on the third generation, he should have been returned to his body by now.
So the question is, how much of a debt? Because we might still. What if we pay this debt and are able to walk away? With
Not going to
cash?
be an option.
The initial sum is 25,000 gold.
Yeah. Not
Pocket
going to be an
change,
option.
baby.
And the debt's already been satisfied, technically speaking, because it has gotten to the third generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was amount of time in servitude and undeath until that certain point. And once he's at the third generation of his family, the debt is paid back.
So,
Technically.
so I don't know much about undead. What is the difference between destroying them and relieving
Banishing them from this plane of existence, essentially,
So if we
or
kill
destroying
them,
their physical form.
So, I wonder if it'd be possible to edit the contract, because I think the issue here is that the souls of all the generations got sent back to the body, which I don't think was supposed to be the intent of the contract.
My concern is
Wait, what was the intent of the contract?
Would be for his soul to be sent back to his body as opposed to the
Well-
entirety of the generations.
my concern with that is why is his body being able to move in a physical form?
because it was sent back.
But he was already dead, so why can it move?
His soul is animating it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's an undead.
Yeah.
So, what if I'm just spitballing here? What if he came back and he was lonely and wanted his family around him?
We can try and talk to him.
It's
Yeah.
there's
I don't think talking to them directly is the way to solve it peacefully.
Talking to him
trying
directly?
to satisfy either whatever's keeping them here. I just think that they're bound to a form that, and they don't really understand exactly what's happening.
Well, a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body, and it sounds like they have neither of those.
My guess is he's the catalyst of what's going on,
Out
or
of wisdom.
whatever the
It's
new,
Neither.
either him or whatever the new corpse
Hmm?
potentially was
Neither.
brought in there is the catalyst of what started this. Because
There's
again,
three options,
we
and he
we
said
should
neither.
not be able to smell anything in
Sound
there,
soul dwells
and
within a
somehow
sound mind and a
another
sound
body, something else was put in there with the door seemingly being barred. So I think that there's,
Well-
Or they could have just been not telling
A
them.
wagon,
I think there's another way in.
I don't think that a body was brought in there.
a wagon came
Then
out.
how is there a seventh presence?
So I'm thinking that
Maybe there's a spirit in there.
Or
yeah.
they were not lying.
It-
Or they were
it's
lying.
strict, specifically it's undead.
I think we're now
Yeah,
at the point.
okay.
Spirits are undead.
I think we're now at the point where we understand all of the situation, and I think we need to do some more digging. And
Okay.
I would think we should probably send our resident experts in
So
invisible.
at this point, because we're kind of not really sure, I will use my primeval awareness. So I'm gonna use one of my ranger spell slots. 1 minute per level or spell slot. Wait, I don't have ranger spell slots, don't I?
You are a ranger.
Spell slots.
You most certainly do. You
Well,
get
my
spell
spell-
casting at second level.
Because all of my
I think he only has access to first level spell slots.
because
Correct, I'm saying
all of
you
my
get
spells are
You get spell casting at second level.
I get
Right.
Mage Hand, Poison Spray, Infestation, which are both my. Oh, and then I get Fairy Fire, which I guess would be my second, right?
Those are
You
the
should have
spells
more
you
than that.
know.
Well, this is what the character building in D&D Beyond did.
Right. There's also a section for managed spells later on.
Yeah.
That way you can pick and choose.
Spells.
I'll have to double check later.
Those
but,
are the ones you have prepared, not the ones you know.
but regardless, I will use my primeval. I'm gonna be like, okay, well let me look into this.
So-
I'm gonna be like that. So you can only sense undead, right?
I can sense other things than undead, but only within 60 feet. You have
What can you sense other than undead?
celestial and fiend.
You should increase
So
that
I can
for
also,
us.
I can sense aberrations, which
So that's
could be.
aberration, but the other major thing is you have a much wider frame. You would be able to detect if there's something in a tunnel. for instance.
Yeah. So I guess that'll be like my defense of like, maybe I can sense if there's something deeper than 60 feet, like if there's like a deep tunnel or something connecting. Because like, where is the mausoleum? How many feet from the mausoleum
We're right next to it.
is the stake?
It's quite a ways. There's a nice little walkway and garden and everything.
More than
separated.
60
Are
feet.
we in
Yeah,
the
well
Orzhov
marked.
part of the city?
Yeah.
Okay. If you sense within a mile, you're gonna sense several dozen. Because it's gonna be like a bunch of random spirits working at a bank over there.
And he
You
does.
guys are
Or, like, shit
literally
like
right
that.
next to Orzhova,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
like their
And you-
front.
Yeah, I can't
So,
detect
again-
location.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to go back to my original idea here. Maybe we send somebody in who's an expert and can actually see what's going on, and I can make them invisible.
We'll still see the door open though.
What?
The skeletons will see the door open.
Also,
Right, but they might not be right up against it. I don't know.
I'll give it a shot. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll volunteer.
I'm down for anything. This isn't my forte.
How
but
many
I'm willing
people
to
can you
learn.
turn invisible?
Well, I can do up to, I believe, 3.
I'll go in and
Let me
our
just
other
check
resident
that.
dead expert can come in. If you want to do 2.
I think get Bobo in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do up to 2.
Okay.
Perfect.
Want to go in?
Are you twinning a
Do it.
spell?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
turn us
Okay.
invisible and we'll go in.
So I'm going to clap my hands together and start just casting like some magic around my one hand, and then I'm going to get like this gold glint in my eyes, and it's going to transfer over to both of them, and there's going to be like an arc of like arcane energy, and I'm just going to touch both of them, and I'm going to use twin spell to use invisibility on both.
All
of them.
right.
Very descriptive. I love it.
Then we're opening the door.
All right. You guys lift the bar off, open the door, and there's a skeleton directly on the other side. They have had a ready action, so they are going to attack the first thing in front of them,
The door.
which is the door.
They're invisible, bro. He can't see. He ain't got eyes, bro.
They can see him.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You know what?
This wasn't.
Yeah, fair enough. I have an idea.
So where are we?
Are you gonna blast?
No.
They
I just started blasting.
they take a step forward, and what's kind of odd is that they're wearing armor and they have weapons on them.
Yeah.
And so as they take a step forward, they pull a short sword from their side and they drive it forward for a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
My AC's 12.
Are we abandoning the plan?
They are going to deal 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As they stab
Each,
forward.
or
No, it's just the one.
Okay.
And then you guys hear from inside a cackling and a laughter.
There it is.
Fucking
There
Christ.
it is.
And that's what we're going to call it
Yep.
for tonight.
There it is.
Perfect. God
I
damn.
think I know what it is.
I kind of have an idea too.
It's the main boss from Banjo Kazooie. That one, right?
Get out of
The
here.
witch.
Gilda? Or
Yeah, Grilda. The witch. On that note, thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Oh,
We forgot what band. Nobody had to take a shot tonight.
no.
Wow, yeah,
Not that
we
one.
didn't do a lot of rolling. That's
True.
good. Lots
I
of
got
story
close
building.
twice in a row. Added 3 and a 4. Last chances.
Advantage 4.
Oh, 10.
so if you like what you said,
Oh, there it is.
saw here, go ahead and drop us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We do have a Discord as well down below in our description. If you want to do like some community games and stuff like that with us as well, we'd love to see you there. Anything else I'm missing?
No, other than we're really close to hitting our affiliate goal of 50
Follow us on
followers, so
Instagram.
it's pretty important. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with your friends, we'd certainly appreciate it, and we can get some
I already
emotes
wrote
that we
them
have
down, bro.
prepared already, by the way. So as soon as we hit that affiliate mark, we have some emotes that can go into the chat. So really
Yeah.
excited about that.
Follow us on Instagram. You can see when we are going to post that we are going to be streaming.
Yep, that as well.
And we do stream bi-weekly for this particular campaign, but of course we have some other things going on. Like me and Andrew are doing a Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver Nuzlocke. Colby and Andrew are doing a
Every now and again.
every
Yeah,
now and again,
at this point,
something.
some real life stuff going on.
Getting
Yeah,
Elden,
I mean, it happens. You
getting
know.
Elden Ring stream together.
Oh no!
Oh
Please.
no.
I'm playing the crap out of that.
I'd be
yeah.
down.
Ludwig is dying right now, playing until he beats that game.
I'd be down.
He's dying.
I'd be down.
All right. Well, I think with all that said, we just appreciate having you guys tune in. So thank you so
very
much.
much. Thank you for all the new followers tonight.
Yeah, thank you all. Wait. Let's shout them out.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Alpha Toast. Thank you, Coop Dub. Thank you, Wallard TV.
TV,
Thank you, Shadow
Rick.
Smoke.
Shadow Smoke we didn't see. That was
Minty
another
Maid.
one.
Minty Maid, Annabelle. Thank you. I appreciate you very much.
Colorado Kid
And Punk Man was from.
Hey, Punk. Oh, that we're going back. Hey, Punk Man. We love you.
We love
guy.
you all.
Still love you.
Appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Right. Have a good night.
Have a good
Kisses.
night, everybody.